So,
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me.
All right. So we'll
No,
wait on
Angel
Mike.
has that.
All right. Yeah. Here we go. We're ready to go. So, all right. You want me to wait a minute before we start for our intro, or do you want me to just go ahead and just let it rip?
We already got 4 kind folks waiting on us, so let's just go ahead and get rolling.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's football pick'em night tonight. Welcome to Wolfie's Pick'em Football Show tonight, starring the guys from the Football Pick'em Show. First off, before we start, my name is Brett Alt. I'm the announcer and one of the panelists. And tonight we are pleased to announce the debut of a new panelist tonight as a regular. Hailing from the great state of Arizona and as a loyal Sun Devil to Arizona State, let's say hi to our friend from Arizona, Mikey. Let's start with you. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing great, guys. Of course, now I live in Canada, but you never forget the university that you went to and being an alumnus of ASU. Go Sun Devils. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of your panel.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's throw it over down Interstate 380 to the great city of Marion, Iowa, with our resident statistician and my brother, Jeff Alt. Jeff, how you doing tonight, bro?
Chilling, just staying cool with all of this ridiculous heat still around town.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
hopefully
we
we'll
were
cool off
110
with some good
degrees
picks tonight. So
It's
anyway,
more.
let's swing it down south to our southern correspondent from Florida, who covers all things Florida and Miami sports. Let's say hello to Teddy. Teddy, how you doing tonight, brother?
All right. I'm eating those tenders in football fashion there. Right, Wolfie?
Oh, yeah, that's Tenders.
Yeah,
That's right, them tenders, boy, them tenders.
It's not a football stream without Teddy and his tenders. So let's just put it that way. That's one thing you're going to learn around here, Mikey. So
That works.
shooting out to
Wendy right there.
shoot. Now let's head out to the great state of Texas and Dallas. Our Chicago Bears fan expert and Chicago Bears resident from the great state of Texas. Let's say hello to our buddy D-Man. D-Man, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm good now. I'm good.
Awesome. And then finally, our gracious host tonight from the great state of Tennessee in the great town of Knoxville, home of the Tennessee Volunteers. Let's say home to our resident volunteer and football host. Let's say hello to Wolfie tonight. Wolfie, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Just a reminder that our broadcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Dubby. Now, just to get things kind of rolling here, Mikey, this is for you. There are 3 key terms that we use on the regular for football, okay?
All right.
Tenders, wings, and ribs.
Yep.
Okay.
You'll come to learn that eventually.
Tenders, wings, and ribs.
Used to
Okay.
it.
Yep.
I love my wings.
All right. So the top story I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to say backstage, I saw this on my Google feed today, but it seems like former LSU head coach Brian Kelly is now going to be an analyst for CBS Sports.
Wow.
Bro, did you guys hold on 1 second? Did you guys hear ESPN fired 100 people? Did you guys hear about that?
I heard about that.
Yeah, I heard some.
Yeah, ESPN. Yes. Yes.
No. Do you know why why they fired 100 people? Do you know why they fired 100 people?
Why's
Why's
that?
that?
Pat McAfee is now the lead show on ESPN. They fired those 100 people to pay him over $100 million, $100 million contract to become the host of the ESPN sports shows. That college show that he had, that's still going, but they added the NFL to his show now. It's not just college anymore.
Wow.
It is the NFL too as well. Now,
That's correct. I mean, that's kind of a travesty, firing 100 people just to pay Pat McAfee, though.
And to be fair, Bob McAfee, from my basic experience watching him on Sports Center and things like that, he's knowledgeable. I won't take that away from the man, but he doesn't have that enough charisma to warrant $100 million contract.
I agree.
I'm just saying. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Having to fire so many people like that, man. D-man, I appreciate that info, man.
What else were you going to say?
I
Well,
just found that out. I
in a
just found that out
different
2 days ago. I just found that out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So, back to the story I brought up. What do you guys think about Brian Kelly going to be an analyst for CBS?
I don't think he should be doing it for CBS, to be honest. I think he should be on Fox because all the teams that he used to coach are always on Fox, not CBS.
Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, so any other football stories you guys want to bring up before we get to the meat and potatoes?
Well, there is one thing I'm reading here from CBS Sports here, and it's a list of the top 10 players.
Oh, no, sorry. Hold on 1 second, Eric. Hold on. I was wrong. It wasn't $100 million. It's worth ESPN McAfee renegotiated his contract that could pay him over $60 million per year. Per year, that could pay him $60 million. So that's bigger. That's bigger than a $100 million contract. He could be making up to over $60 million per year.
That's
I had to
still,
clear that up.
man, that's fine, but that's still ridiculous.
Yeah,
I would not pay Bob
that-
McAfee that much money at all.
I wouldn't pay anybody that's an announcer that much. That's football player money right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's your opinion, Jeff?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Pat McAfee will always be Pat McAfee no matter what. I watch the YouTube videos of him. I just am used to it so much. I just like hearing him because like to hear what he talks about and stuff like that, especially during college game day where he's had some great moments and stuff like that. I mean, he's like a smorgasbord of talent. He's college football. He's talked about the NFL. He's does commentary. He's done commentary for the WWE. So you see, he's everywhere. He's just a popular guy. That's all I can tell you.
Sorry, I was gonna say, guys.
He's one of those guys that can bring people to things like he did with WWE when he became an announcer there. He took all his college fans that watched him to WWE, and the ratings went up because of that. So he's like that. Anywhere he goes, he can bring those people and bring the ratings up. That's the reason why ESPN's doing this, because they know he can bring the ratings up when they need the ratings to be brought up. He can do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of raises, I think one person that deserves a raise is Kirk Herbstreit. I think he totally deserves a raise. Kirk is, I have always, here's the thing, especially lately in college sports, I've trusted his insight. I've trusted his instincts. Every time I watch a college football highlight show or what I see him doing live college football online or whatever, Kirk Herbstreit is on top of it every single time. He has never let people down. He keeps his loyalties to himself, keeps it private. He'll let you know which teams that he really favors, but in the overall, he is fair to every other team that plays. I think if there was anybody, and I mean anybody at ESPN or anybody else that deserves a promotion right now, it's Herbstreit. That
I
man
agree.
is so good.
Yep.
I mean,
Absolutely.
So what's the news you wanted to bring up, Wolf, before we got sidetracked?
I'm sorry. It's one thing I do want to add to this particular subject though before I go into what I was talking about is Lee Corso. Okay, Lee Corso was in sports announcing for years. Okay.
Yeah.
The maximum that he was ever paid was $100,000.
Yeah.
Ouch.
He got underpaid.
He did.
Okay, so my point is with Lee Corso being one of the most popular announcers in ESPN before he retired.
Yeah.
Why would you go from 100,000 to 60 million? That don't make no sense.
That makes no
It
sense.
doesn't.
It makes no sense at all. No. Like I said, as I said, Herb Street to me is a guy who needs a promotion. I know that his salary would not increase that much at all, but he needs to be promoted to maybe running the college football game day. I think he should. I think he should be like the main man
Take it over from Reese
to
Davis.
oversee it. Right.
Yeah, but the thing is as long as
Pat McAfee's on that show. As long as Pat McAfee's on the college game day, nobody will ever take over. Nobody will ever take over his spot.
well,
Yeah,
They're
no,
saying,
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're
Kirk
saying
Herb
that-
Street. Remember Kirk Herb Street?
Yeah.
He's number 2. So
Yeah.
Now keep this in mind, guys. The one that has actually led college game day is Brett Nessler.
Nessler.
Brett Nessler, yeah.
Right.
He's the
According to
actual
this-
host.
according to this, Nick Saban-
I think
What
you're
I
on
read-
right.
We lost your. Oh, okay. We lost your audio there for a minute, D-Man.
Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Okay.
Got
But
that.
according to what I just read, the two main hosts that bang on game day, college game day, is Pat McAfee and Nick Saban.
Okay, but the main guy that leads in college game day, the first person to say a single word is Brett Nessler.
Right.
It's been that way for years now.
yeah, I like that Kirk guy, the Kirk Herb Street guy. I like him too.
Yeah, Herb Street has, like I said, for me, I always like, for two reasons. I love Lee Corso. I did.
So does
I
Brett.
enjoyed every different, he was there for every single mascot, put on his thing, did whatever, and it was just awesome. But I always look forward to hearing Kurt Herbstreit's insights. So insightful, like I said, so knowledgeable. I mean, he could tell you exactly who was going to win. And I would say anywhere from 80 to 85% of the time, he was right. He was dead on. He knew exactly who
That's
was going to
good.
win the day.
That's
And
good.
I just, and I trusted him. And I mean, I never really bet on games. I never did that. But,
Me
but if I
neither.
had to, I would trust his insights over anybody
Yeah.
else on that whole board. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Good
Kurt.
job.
Not trying to brag or nothing, but me and Ted were better than Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah.
That's true. That is
Why didn't they
true.
put you two on
Which is
ESPN? That would
why-
have been better.
Which is why I'm honored and blessed to be here in the panel with you guys. Because
Yeah.
if you can win better than him, hey, we're all together on this.
Wolf and
Me-
Wolf
me-
and Ted for E ESPNU maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
I was at I was at 90% last year, and Ted was at 89.5. So we were neck and neck.
That's amazing.
All right, before we continue, let's say hi to some people in the chat tonight. Let's say hello to Caitlin Blake.
Hi, Sarah.
571. Hello to Country Cast Cash. Hello to Text Guy. Hello to Sarah. And of course, another person. So I'll let you say. But I'm going to leave it at that. So say hi to everybody in the chat tonight. Thanks for coming out. Anyway, back to your
It's-
story.
It's why you guys got friends in high places.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
All right, Wolf, let's get to your story.
All right, so CBS Sports brought out a list today, top 10 players at every offensive position. I'm not going to go into too many details, just that we're going to go at quarterback because they have announced that Patrick Mahomes is fully healthy and ready to go. So the top 10 list goes as Josh Allen from Buffalo, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, and Jared Goff are the top 10, which I don't necessarily agree with this list.
I have one name that you're definitely forgetting. As I mentioned previously in the backstage, Kyler Murray, who's going to be going to the Minnesota Vikings after Kirk Cousins has left and moved over to the Las Vegas Raiders. I think Kyler Murray is going to fit really well into the Vikings offensive system. He's got a gentleman there, one of the coaches that had worked with him previously when he was at Arizona, when he played for the Cardinals, and also was with him in college. And Kyler Murray is going to have to be mentioned in that top 10 discussion. I think he does. I think he's going to.
I disagree with that because that man hasn't done anything in the last 5 years of his career. He hasn't done anything. I don't think the man has even made it to a playoff in the last 5 years. So I kind of agree with that list, but there are some people that should be added to it. But Kyle Murray is not one of them, in my opinion.
So, in my personal opinion, Jordan Love should not be on this list.
I agree with that.
Thank
one.
you.
I agree with that.
Thank you.
And Dak Prescott shouldn't even be anywhere near the top 10.
No.
And I wouldn't put Lamar Jackson in that list.
Well, you
None of
would
them
or
guys
you
have done
wouldn't?
anything, though.
Yeah,
I can say Lamar Jackson has because him and Baltimore has been in the playoffs.
stay healthy.
I have something to say, guys. I got something to say about that. One quarterback who I think should be in the top 10, and he was very underrated last year. D-Man's going to like this. Is Chicago Bears quarterback Caleb Williams.
Where is he at? Exactly. Why ain't he in that top 10?
Yeah.
What the heck?
What about Justin Fields? Justin Fields is just.
They're exactly. Now, these are the ones that I think should replace the three that I mentioned that shouldn't be on the list. The ones that should be on the list is Caleb Williams, Justin Fields,
Yes.
and Trevor Lawrence, because he had a
Did you
great
just
year
say
last year
Justin
with Jacksonville.
Trevor. Yeah, Trevor. He's still playing for the Jaguars, right, guys?
Lawrence is still with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes.
Yeah, and you know the way that Lawrence can actually bloom in Jacksonville. And Jacksonville fans, if you're listening, you need to shore up your defensive schemes. You need to shore those up. You don't have to worry about the offense. Trevor can run the offense just as effectively as Goff over there in Detroit, or Stafford over in the Rams. So all you need is just help in your defensive scheme. If you can get that, the Jags will be in the conversation. They will be there in playoffs.
And I'm not a big fan of San Francisco, but what about Brock Purdy? He's not on that list either.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I know
is very
Brock Purdy,
underrated.
but Brock Purdy. I'll answer that because I'm a big 49ers fan. Brock Purdy just hasn't been able to stay healthy, which is not his fault, but also he needs some more dependable. And he did. There was a few acquisitions that they acquired that I liked, and we might mention those later. Of who he acquired to help him in the offensive scheme. Mike Evans, who I do remember, has come over. He used to play for Tampa Bay, some other teams. Mike Evans is now going to be the premier wide receiver for Brock Purdy at San Francisco. I love Mike Evans. I've followed his career like ever since he got started, and to me, he's going to be the premier. He may not be up in the echelon of what we say like Jerry Rice or anything like that, but he's gonna come pretty darn close. And I like his.
I don't think they can start Fernando Mendoza right away. I don't think he should be a starting quarterback right away.
So Hannah, we have a question in the chat from Country Cast Cash. She asked, so what is your take on the Buffalo Bills?
Who wants to start?
Who wants to start that one? I'll start. I think they if I had to say anything about the Buffalo Bills, last year they didn't have the season like they normally would. I'm not sold on the new coach, Joe Brady, even though he was the offensive coordinator last season. They're still running that same scheme.
Stop that noise coming out of your mic like that.
I think that's Jeff, or somebody is telling me that. Hey, Jeff, can you mute your mic and get that sound coming from your mic?
Yep, it's Jeff.
So,
I don't know what that noise was, but it's definitely it might be coming off of
I think it's his fan in the background.
That's
I
what
think
it
he got
sounds
a
like.
fan. Now.
yeah, it kind of sounds like a fan.
yeah. So anyway, back to what I was saying to answer Country Cast Cash's question. I'm not sold on the coach Joe Brady. I'm not sold on him. I mean, even though he was the offensive coordinator, he's still. I mean, I don't know the new offensive coordinator in Buffalo this year, but I'm just not sold that I don't. I mean, the offense. The defense I think is going to look pretty solid this year, but the only thing that's keeping that offense together is Josh Allen. If Joe Brady can work to get his head out of his butt and actually start working more with the offense and improving more on his play calling, I think, do I see the Bills make it if he does that? I see the Bills making a run at the Patriots this year for the AFC East crown. Anybody else want to chime in on that?
Well, I mean,
Don't even talk about
when you look at James Cook, their halfback. I mean, look at how well he done last year. I mean, I could very easily see them slipping in this year, especially at the fact that Kenneth Walker has left Seattle and now at Kansas City. So I mean, that change alone with the Bills' schedule, I think might benefit Buffalo.
All right. So we have another question about another team in the chat. This comes from Caitlin Blake 5371. She asked the panel, "What's your take on the Green Bay Packers?" Who wants to start that one?
Middle of the road.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan. I mean,
I guarantee you they're going to be third. They're going to be third in the NFC North. Chicago's going to be number one again. Minnesota's going to be number two, and Green Bay's going to be number four. And Detroit's going to be last again this year.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. That's fine. That's fine with me. We'll kiss the NFC North's butts again. How about that?
I
They're
think
going to be number one again. If they can mirror what they did last year and do the same thing and have a full team at least half of the season, all their starters healthy, they can win that division again this year. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Bears fan. I'm just saying if they can duplicate what they did last year, they can at least keep their team halfway through the season healthy.
And like I said, D-Man, at least you're I like the placement where you're putting the Vikings in second. I definitely like that placement because I can see, like I said, because now they have Kyler Murray over there in Minnesota. Kyler's just never been given an ample enough offense to help surround him. And he's got the capability to run the ball himself and do other things. I think that when he's got this placement, I think as soon as the Vikings in the North can, put the team together, and if Kyler can do what he wasn't able to do for most of his time in Arizona, is put the team on his back and pull it off, I'm sure they're going to make it number two there. They're going to qualify for playoffs.
So, okay, panel, we have a question from about another team. This one coming from Tex Guy. He wants to know, what is the panel's take on the Houston Texans this year?
Wild card at best.
Yeah, I
think he's a wild card, but I think I see them losing in the wild card though, to whoever that is. I see them losing.
Text guy, I agree with the panel about wild card, and here's why I think. This year, I think is going to be make or break for C.J. Stroud.
Yeah,
because I mean he's put up some decent numbers in the last few years, but the Texans don't have a receiving core. I mean, they don't have a solid receiving core, guys. I mean, I mean, CJ Stroud may have maybe like a good tight end or something here and there, but his wide receivers are mediocre at best. Plus, that running game is not as effective as it used to be. So,
But we guys remember too about the Houston team. There were a lot of guys hurt most of the season.
that's true.
There were a lot of the Houston Houston starters. Most of them were hurt a lot of the season last year. If those players are still on the team this year and can stay healthy, I see them even making it, not even as a wild card, making it into the playoff. If those starters can stay healthy towards the end of the year.
That's a stupid question, Snake. I'm not going to answer that one. So that's not football related on that one.
Yeah, no.
I have a question
But I will mention something that I know about the Raiders. I like the fact that Kirk Cousins is going to be the starting quarterback. God forbid anything else happens in Las Vegas. I like him being there. I like the fact that Fernando Mendoza is the number one pick is going to learn from him. I even think that if there are some games that get out of hand, they'll bring Mendoza in probably about mid-season. That's what I'm seeing from it, Snake. So in order to answer your question, that's the best way I can give you.
So I have a really good question for the panel.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of teams, who is your sleeper this year? Who do you think that we might have overlooked that could potentially be really good this year? Who have we overlooked?
The Bengals.
Oh, and I want to
Bengals.
Answer me your team and the reasoning behind it. So, D-Man, you said Bengals, you beat off.
Bengals were so close last year to doing what they did a couple years before that and made it to the Super Bowl. But they played against Kansas City. You guys remember, Cincinnati played against Kansas City in the Super Bowl, and they lost. So if they could get back to that team, and that's what they were almost at last year, but once again, a lot of people were hurt. Even on Cincinnati, they were hurt at the end of the year. That's what hurt Cincinnati, is them players being hurt. If they could keep those players healthy toward the end of the year, my sleeper is Cincinnati. If they can keep them healthy.
I'm gonna go next. I am going to say, because they fell off the boat last year, and some people have already written them off. D-Man's not going to like this, but I am going to say the Detroit Lions are my sleeper team this year.
I knew you were going to say that, bro.
The fact of the matter is you don't have what's his name, Montgomery anymore on the Lions team anymore. They traded him off.
Hey, but you still got Jahmyr Gibbs though.
Jahmyr Gibbs is a very good running back. I think I think he'll go top 10 again. He'll go top 10 in rushing this year.
I don't think that I don't think the Detroit Lions are going anywhere, because you guys got to remember, Montgomery and him were two of the best running back tandems in the whole entire NFL last year. They were the top 3 in the whole NFL last year.
Yeah.
But now that they don't got Montgomery, who is going to take Montgomery's place since he left? Who could step up in Detroit?
Well, the other one thing that's been underutilized last year by Detroit that I think is going to be really good this year, Jeff's going to like to hear this, is their tight end core. I think Sam Laporta is due to have a good year this year. I think he's going to be slept on in the tight end category because everybody's still going on the Travis Kelce bandwagon. But we have to look at Sam Laporta this year. He up there along with his former Iowa Hawkeye teammate TJ Hawkinson are going to be the two tight ends we're going to have to watch this year. But I think Sam Laporta is due for a good year this year. I think Jared Goff gets back on track this year. I think, and that's the reason why I'm going to say Detroit's my sleeper this year.
All right, I want to go next. I actually think the Baltimore Ravens is going to be my sleeper team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds good.
With Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry in the backfield, I think that's going to be a very sneaky offensive team this year.
Yeah. And
Who'd you say, Wolfie? Who'd you say?
Baltimore Ravens.
He said Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that
agree.
analogy. Yeah, and I kind of like that analogy because I can see that, Lamar Jackson, even though I think he's lost a step, Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
I agree with that.
Assessment, but I would say that Derrick Henry is one of the ultimate best running backs in the history of the NFL. This man is going to run circles around a lot of teams, especially in in Baltimore and in other teams. And I just think that seeing the two of them, you know what, Wolf, I go with you. I think you and I both agree that the Baltimore Ravens, unless God forbid something happens to Henry, they're going to be a force to deal with this year.
I agree with that too, because the fact of the matter, even though I said Detroit, I also agree with the Baltimore being a sleeper because you got that inside zone run game going very solid, especially when they line up in the pistol with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, because you have a running tandem there.
Yeah,
you
and
never
sometimes
know.
Sometimes they play the Wildcat, don't they?
Yeah,
Yes.
But sometimes you just never know if you're going to see them running the inside zone, or you're going to see them running the read option more. Even though Monkton's the coordinator, but at the same time but with that dynamic threat, everybody talks about Derrick Henry this, Derrick Henry that. But you have to look at the wide receiving core and the tight end core too at the same time for the Ravens. But at the same time, though, you would talk about the wide receiving core. You can't count, even though he's in his 8th season this year in the league. But Lamar Jackson can still run that zone read very well, though.
Yeah. Is Mark Andrews the tight end still with him at Baltimore?
Yes, he is.
And I know Mark Andrews personally. He actually played he played high school football with my nephew Joseph back in Scottsdale, Arizona, over there at Desert Mountain High School. And Mark Andrews, to me, is one of the best premier tight ends in the league. Now, I know I'm saying this because I know there's Kelsey and there's a few other people that could probably deny that, but I'm saying that Mark Andrews just needs a chance to blossom even further at Baltimore. And I'm glad he's given that chance this year. I'm glad he's still with the team because, they keep saying that Lamar and Tamark Andrews is his go-to man. If he needs something down there, Mark Andrews is tall enough and fast enough, still hasn't lost a step. This guy's still great as a tight end in the NFL, and he will catch anything. So you give him a few more balls. And this, to Baltimore fans, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm telling it specifically to Lamar. Lamar, give Mark Andrews the ball a lot more this year. Do the runs for Derrick Henry. Do that for him. Give out the passes to the other receivers. But I want you to continue throwing to Mark Andrews. Don't give up on this man. This guy is great.
If I can add to that about Mark Andrews, Mikey, if I can compare him to any former tight ends in the NFL, you guys might think I'm crazy, but the way of his playing style, Mark Andrews reminds me a lot of Rob Gronkowski. Because Gronk was in his day. Rob may have been 265, 270, but that boy could run. And I don't know what Mark's weight is right now or whatever, Mark Andrews, but that boy can run and he can truck like a horse.
Mark Andrews, I really appreciate that, Brett, comparing him to Gronk over there, who played with the great Tom Brady, of course, but for two different teams.
Minus that though.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, but the thing is, the same tight end style kind of reminds me of Gronk.
Sure.
I have a big question now from the best sleeper, without naming obvious teams. Okay, for the panel, who is the most disappointing team this year? Without making obvious teams, I want to see who's got a surprise one this year. Who wants to start?
I still think Detroit. It was disappointing to me. I think it's Detroit. I hate to say it again and pick on Detroit, but I think last year with all the players they had that were healthy, they still upset me. Even though I don't like them, I still think it was Detroit.
I'm going to surprise the heck out of you guys. I'm going to say it's going to be Seattle. That's going to be a big disappointment. And here's why, okay? Because Kenneth Walker is no longer the running threat at Seattle. They're having to start completely new there. Right. So, and Kenneth Walker was such a big impact in that playoff run for Seattle.
He sure was.
I just don't see them being as productive. It's going to be slightly disappointing for Seattle, I think.
And I would say personally, since I came from Arizona, I wasn't a big Arizona Cardinals fan, but I think this year they're going to be the disappointment. Since they lost Murray and since they lost a few other of their key cornerback roles that were traded, they're going to go back into a sub-regional. I think it's going to be a fight for last place because I can see where the Rams solidified their place. I can see where the 49ers solidified their spot. But in the NFC West, I see where Seattle and Arizona, they're going to be fighting for last place. That's it.
I actually don't see that, to be honest, because Jeremiah Love is getting the start from day one, and I think he's going to be a sneaky addition to that program, and I think that they might surprise some people this year.
Okay.
I know it says who's the most disappointing team this year. I actually have two teams that you guys are going to be surprised. One, I think it's going to be the Denver Broncos this year. I think it's going to be Denver.
Okay.
I mean, they came so close last year in the AFC Championship game, but I know Bo Nix is still playing his heart out, but I just don't. I know the coaching is good there in Denver right now. I just don't see them having that caliber of talent again this year to make an AFC Championship run. Also, even though, and my second team, I'll let you talk. I'll let you, if you're going to disagree, Wolf, I'll tell you. I'll let you in a minute, okay? I'm going to go with my second team real quick. And I know, even though the quarterback's healthy, I'm going to say my second disappointment this year is going to be Kansas City. I think Kansas City is going to disappoint the fan base again. And here's why I think why. Sure, we got Mahomes coming back from injury, but the running back core is not as good as it once was. And of course, you got an aging Travis Kelce, and now with this whole distraction now by his marriage now to Taylor Swift, that's going to cause all sorts of distractions in Kansas City. Yeah. And I think because of that, and tell me if I'm wrong, guys, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the distractions with Taylor Swift in Kansas City, Travis Kelce's reduced play at a tight end, plus that, what's his name, Gray, the other tight end, really hasn't stepped up as the backup second as TE2 to Travis Kelce. I just don't think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to surprise anybody this year. I think they're going to disappoint again.
Yeah, I just wanted to add in, and Country Cast Cash reminded me, the other disappointing team I see this year is definitely Dallas Cowboys. And I'll tell you why, two reasons. One, because Dak Prescott is still not qualified enough to play like a Tony Romo or anybody else like that. Even Tony Romo himself said that Dak is going to be a disappointment, and he has been since the beginning, since becoming the starting quarterback. The other reason is that there was, I don't remember the name of the Cowboy, there was another Cowboy that was arrested during the off season for domestic abuse, for domestic violence. Yeah. That's another Dallas criminal. That's what I call them, because they end up in jail.
Oh, Dallas, you guys got to remember, Jerry Jones is known for that. Look how many people. Look, dude, he let up somebody stay on the team that killed one of his own teammates in a drunken driving accident, and he kept the player.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So Wolfie, I know you were gonna say that you disagree with one of my disappointments. I think I know which one it is. Why do you disagree about Denver?
Denver, because of their defense. Purely simple. They were the top defense last year. They haven't lost anybody on defense. They're going to be the exact same.
Yeah, the Orange, you do have a point. The Orange Crush did record a lot more sacks last year than anybody in the league. So, but I could understand that. So, but honestly, now the big one. Who, I know we said the sleeper team. We said disappointment. Who is going to be the surprise team of the NFL this year? Mikey, go.
Okay. I think the surprise team will be my other team I follow during the season, the Washington Redskins, or the Commanders, if some people like to still call them Commanders. But you did say there was a petition to try to get their name back, try to get the Redskins.
How about
I like Washington. I think that with Dallas having its troubles in the NFC East, and with Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts is still the quarterback as far as I can tell over in Philly. So they have a shot. But I really do think that the Redskins have the best chance to go beyond, to improve. I know that Deebo Samuel is now improved. He's recovered. He's feeling better. He can still be a premier wide receiver there for Washington. So I'm going to say, for me, they're going to be the surprise this year. I bet that if they do what they're supposed to do and they beat Dallas twice this year, and if they go ahead and beat the Eagles at least once, and in a key game, I can definitely see them win that whole NFC East. Like,
all right, Wolfie, go.
I'm going to say that the most exciting team potentially could be the Indianapolis Colts, and I think Ted's going to agree with me on that one with Jonathan Taylor at halfback and Daniel's coming back healthy. Daniel Jones coming back healthy. I think that's going to be a pretty good tandem right there.
I put it in the chat. Colts are my sleeper too. Like the Colts, I think, because they were on track to basically win the AFC, right? Remember? And then he got hurt, and then they just fell apart.
I'm going to say, I know, and I'm not being biased, but I'm just saying this from a neutral standpoint. But my surprise team, I mean, I know some people are probably not favoring them as much this year, even though they had a good run to the Super Bowl last year. I'm going to say New England. Because you got Drake May coming off a really solid season last year. At first, I wasn't originally sold on Drake May, but after his season last year, he's really sold on me now. Angel, you're gonna love this. But I mean, I know some people are saying that we're already regret
something about the Patriots.
The Patriots are going to regret are not having about getting A.J. Brown, giving up a couple of first rounds. Yeah, that's going to hurt, but I think A.J. Brown is going to bring some stuff to the receiving core. I think A.J. Brown is going to really help on that receiving on the slot and everything. Also, what's his name? Stevenson has been really underrated in the running back department in the NFL. Ramondre Stevenson. But I think he's been good. And then, of course, his one, the RB2, who was RB2 last year, RB3, forgot the other one on that one.
Yeah.
But that one started making gains in the running back department for the Patriots. So I think, and then, of course, you got Christian Gonzalez being signed to a pretty good contract is what I saw in the offseason, or they're offering a good contract. But Gonzalez and the defense for the Patriots is going to be solid once again this year. So I think New England's going to be my surprise team this year. Yeah. Do I see them going to the Super Bowl this year? No. Do I see them at least going to the playoffs? Yes. D-Man, you disagree. Why? And not
I disagree with A.J. Brown because as soon as he doesn't get his way, he's going to do the same exact crap that he did in Philadelphia. He's going to start crying, and they're going to bench his ass, and then he's going to want to be let go, just like he did with the Eagles.
Okay, that's true. Hey, Jeff, I know you were pointing up. I know you normally don't have favorites, but I haven't asked you this. Who do you think is going to be a surprise team to you in the NFL this year?
I'm not doing that, Brett, because when you were talking about the Patriots, so I did this because you always do it. I just put that one
thing. All right, guys. So
I think it's going to be the Bears. My turn. I think it's going to be the Bears. If the Bears can duplicate what they did last year, and not the one thing that irked me last year is how many games they came from behind in less than 2 minutes left in the game. If they can take care of that issue, they will make the Super Bowl next year. They will make the Super Bowl. I predict it, and it's not because I like the team. I'm from Chicago. if they could stop coming back within the last 2 minutes of a game and win it outright, they will make the Super Bowl this year.
All right.
Yeah, the
so-
only thing I'd say about that to you, D-Man, is I like Justin Fields there, and I like the Bears, but I'm sure they'll resolve those issues about coming from behind. But do I think they're going to make it deep enough in the playoffs? No, I don't see that. I do not see that happening.
Actually, not so fast, Mikey. I actually agree with D-Man. I think the Chicago Bears could make a deep playoff run this year. I honestly think the Chicago Bears could do it this year.
And another thing that hurt the Bears last year was people being injured. People being injured in the middle and toward the end of the year. That's what kind of hurt the Bears too in the playoffs too.
Sure.
And then Caleb Williams, not Justin Fields, Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams did F up a lot by throwing touchdowns like to the Green Bay Packers. You should have threw it out of the back of the end zone, but you throw it to the front of their end zone and then you get it intercepted. That's one thing I think Caleb Williams has to work on this year, even if it be in the preseason or it be during the year. He has to work on throwing that ball away when he feels like something is not there. Throw the ball away. Don't try to be a savior and try to throw it in a tight spot.
Right.
Like he did a lot last year.
All right. I'm going to go back. I'm going to re-say one of the things, too, about surprise teams. I know I gave them a bunch of flack already because I'm not just saying that because they're an AFC East rival, but I think even though I know Buffalo might be a disappointment this year, but at the same time, I also think Buffalo could be a surprise this year. I mean, that's just the way I see it. I mean,
they could go either way, Brett. Depends it depends on how Josh Allen plays.
Ooh, Teddy brought up one thing. He says this in the chat. Carolina and Tennessee could be the ultimate sleepers. Ted, I know you're listening. Give your reasoning why. If you can hear us.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I just didn't want to talk over anybody, but I just think so because Tennessee's made a bunch of improvements. Remember, Carolina made the playoffs, and they made a bunch of improvements. I really think those two teams could, I think they're both going to make at least the wild card. I do. Even Tennessee. I think the Titans are going to turn the corner this year.
Well, I mean,
I have a question.
you may have a point there, Ted, because Juwan Jennings is now on the receiving corps for the Titans. So I don't know. We'll see.
I have a question for everybody, and it's not off. Where's my damn thing not charging? Okay, so now, this team, nobody has talked about this whole entire stream in the almost 50 minutes we've been on. Now, Miami, the Dolphins. I think that's going to be my most improved team this year. Is Miami.
I think that'll be next year, D-Man.
Yeah, that might be next.
I think it's going to be this year, Ted. I think it's going to be this year. They may not make the playoffs, but they'll have a record over 500. They won't make the playoffs, but they will improve way more than what the record was last year. I give them a record of over 500 this year. They're making the playoffs next year.
I'll give it to you. I mean, over 500 would be great for a step up, but I don't see it this year. I just
next year.
I'm going to go into who I think is that was actually going to be my next question. Who do you guys think is the most? Who is your vote for the most improved teams? Mikey's going to like what I'm going to say here, and that is I think it's the Minnesota Vikings. JJ McCarthy hasn't really been wigging out like a lot of people expected him when they drafted him. I'm going to say it right now. JJ McCarthy's a total bust. Kyler Murray coming in, with that Kevin O'Connell offense could really do some damage this year. You got Justin Jefferson coming back. You got Jordan Addison again, and Jordan Addison has really shown to be a good wide receiver too. The last couple of seasons.
And Jefferson is perfect for what Kyler Murray likes to do. When Kyler Murray likes to run, and Jefferson can provide the coverage for him in the way that if he runs, on a running start and he gets the pass out, Jefferson is one of the perfect people to catch that pass.
And Justin Jefferson is one of the premier elite wide receivers in the NFL.
He is, absolutely.
You're not helping.
So I think, and of course, Jordan Addison is a really good compliment to Justin Jefferson as wide receiver. I mean, a lot of people are sleeping on Addison. I mean, of course, some of you know, Jeff knows this too, that with our family, we do fantasy football every year. And sometimes Jordan Addison gets me very valuable fantasy points. So don't sleep on Jordan Addison this year. I think also TJ Hawkinson might have an improvement this year with Kyler Murray at quarterback. I think TJ Hawkinson is going to really help that tight end core along with the wide receiving core for the Vikings.
Definitely think so.
Don't sleep on Hawkinson this year.
No, he's a great tight end. I love him. I like him.
And then, of course, you got Aaron Jones coming back, and then that Mason guy as the backup running back. That Mason guy is really good. I mean, he's a good RB2 to Aaron Jones. I mean, I honestly think he's better than Aaron Jones, to be quite honest.
Yeah. And there's one team we've forgotten from the NFC East. I forgot the New York Giants. I'm sorry, Giants fans over there in New York. You know, the guy there, the premier, their running back is, Scatterboo. And if Scatterboo can be recovered from what happened to him last year, which was totally unfortunate. And I'm friends with his father, Leo, with the family, because he did go to ASU, had a great career there at ASU. But if Scatterboo can bring back that offense, if anybody can bring back that New York Giants offense, I think it could be Scatterboo. And the quarterback, I think it's Daniel Jones that's going to New York.
I agree with your statement about Scatterboo, but I don't think it's going to be this year. I think if he can stay healthy this year going into the next year, that will be the year that he'll break through.
Caitlin Blake in the chat actually agrees with me about the most improved team being the Vikings. I was going to say, to continue my Vikings argument, I was going to say also, I know you got an aging Harrison Smith, but I still think he's still at the top of his game, even though that boy is older. Even though that boy is so old, he farts dust.
Right. Well, I think Wolf and I were both correct with country.
That new acquisition, that Adams guy, who got signed by the Vikings earlier this week or last week. I think with that signing, and they're saying that he's got a lot of potency on the defense to help out with that defense. I don't know if he's going to play a linebacker or something. I don't know his position, but I think that that Vikings defense could still put up some numbers this year. I think they're going to be overall, but I'm not so concerned about the defense as I am about the offense for the Vikings. But I think based on the offense alone is my argument for the Minnesota Vikings being an improved team this year.
So, all right, now
I forgot totally about Myles Garrett going to the Rams, guys. I totally forgot about that. Him going to the Rams, and then AJ Brown going to the Patriots. Well, I didn't forget about AJ Brown going to the Patriots because he's just gonna be himself. He ain't. As soon as, like I said, as soon as he doesn't get his way, he's gonna start his crying again, like he did in Philly.
But man, you can't. You were just gonna say about Myles Garrett, right? Going Myles Garrett. Rams. Yeah,
that is a big improvement for that defense. Him getting traded to them is a big improvement for that defense. He's the type of person that they needed last year.
Yeah.
To make it to the Super Bowl. That was the one piece that they were missing. So with that being said, with them having him this year, could they duplicate what they did last year to make it to the playoff? Now that they got him, could they go to the Super Bowl?
With him.
In the defense they already have.
All right, after he's done with his improved team, I have a really good question for the panel.
Well, now talking about most improved now, I think there are two teams that could potentially be a step up from where they were last year. Now this is only solely because of the way their record was, okay? I'm not saying that they're going to be in the playoffs, nothing like that. I'm just going to say that they're going to be an improvement from last year. Those two teams are the Cincinnati Bengals if Joe Burrow can stay healthy. The other team is going to be the Dallas Cowboys with Pickens and what's his name?
Dak Prescott.
No. I'm
CeeDee
talking about
Lamb.
the receivers.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
He's
CeeDee
talking
Lamb.
about CeeDee Lamb.
If CeeDee Lamb can stay healthy with Pickens, that's going to be a pretty good tandem right there.
All right.
Yep.
And as
So,
long as
They
they can
picked the
stay out
Saints.
of trouble.
Remember when you
You
talked
got
about
to
the Saints?
remember those two. Well, last year at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of last year, those two were on the field together.
Yeah.
Up until
Yeah.
what, mid-season? When
Yeah.
what's his name got hurt? Was it mid-season or something like that? When he got
Yeah,
hurt and he didn't come
CeeDee
back to
Lamb,
almost
yeah.
the end of the season?
Yeah.
So, I have a really good question for the chat to go up with this one. Of all the teams in the NFL, who is the most dangerous team this year? I'll start. Who wants to lead off on that one?
Most dangerous.
Based on talent and everything, who is going to be the most dangerous team in the NFL this year?
Now I'm thinking about it. I think it's going to be Baltimore. I'm going to say Baltimore because of this.
I'm gonna come right out and say my 49ers are the most dangerous team this year. I think
Yeah.
there's
Or
way
Buffalo.
too many people overlooking them.
Yeah.
Angel,
What
you're
about
on an
Buffalo? You
island,
can't
bro.
overlook Buffalo, man. Buffalo.
I don't know, guys. I think D-Man might like what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Chicago.
I would say the same thing. It's Chicago. It's going to be Chicago.
I'm gonna, even though as much as I love the Patriots, I am gonna
Like
go
I
out.
said, if Chicago can do what I said they can do, and stop, and Caleb Williams could stop trying to be a Brett Favre, because that's who he was trying to be last year. He was trying to be a Brett Favre, dude, by throwing into tight places the way that he was trying to do, and it wasn't working. If he could stop doing that, the Bears will make it to the deep in the playoffs. I'll say deep in the playoffs again.
Well, there's two factors, D-Man. There's two factors. One, yeah, what you said about Caleb Williams, but the main thing that I'm looking at is the route running of the receivers. That was an actual emphasis of how Caleb was messing up. It wasn't necessarily Caleb, it was the route running of the receivers. Secondly,
No, I agree with that, though. I do agree with that.
Secondly, is the defensive secondary. How many times did we do a game cast last year, D-Man, and we complained about the dang secondary of the defense?
A lot. Because the Bears played on national television a lot last year. A lot. More than I was expecting them to play on prime time. They played a lot on prime time last year.
Who I think, even though I crapped on him earlier until Wolfie gave me a good point, I am going to say, I think the most dangerous team I think this year is going to be Denver. I mean, they set the Orange Crush defense last year, made a ton more sacks than any other team in the league. Nix is playing out of his mind. I think he's going to give the AFC a run for their money this year.
You might be right. I think Denver might be the best.
I think he's even going to make, and I hate to say this even though I'm a Patriots fan, but I think he's going to make Drake May look like an idiot this year.
I mean, the defense is going to be the same because the defense is one of the best defenses in the NFL. If you can have that defense with an improved offense, I could totally see Denver being dangerous. Yes, I do agree with what you're saying there, but I still see it being Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you know what? I'm going to make a good one, but I think it's going to make sense. I'm going to start this next question. Who is going to be the most crap-tastic team in the NFL? I'm going to start, and just to troll Angel, I'm going to say the Las Vegas Raiders.
I think it's going to be the Jets.
I think it'll be the Jets.
I think it's going to be the Jets again. I'll agree with the Jets. Yeah, I'll definitely agree with the Jets.
I'm going to say the most.
Or Ted's not going to like me when I say this. It's probably going to be Miami out of those two teams.
Yeah.
The Jets or Miami.
Yep.
So the Dolphins or the Jets are going to go kerplunk.
I think that.
Vegas, they're going to be worse than they were last year. In my opinion, I think the Jets are going to be worse than last year.
And the
they
Saints,
sucked last
I didn't see the Saints do anything, man. Saints didn't do shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Improve their team. Oh, and don't forget about Arizona. They're going to be shit too.
Well,
Okay. Honestly, talking about Miami, if you were smart, I would. If I was Miami this year, I would completely flop this year, and get to go number one in the draft for the upcoming season. That's what I would do.
How many times
Hell
did
yeah.
we say that about Vegas last year? Whoa, how many times did we say that about Vegas last year? They just lose out, get the number one, and what happened? They lost majority of the games and got the number one pick. Now,
See,
what
the
could they
problem
do
is
with that
too,
number one
D-Man,
pick?
a lot of these people have traded off their picks. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to lose when you don't have no picks, and that's what some of these teams, they suck at. They got no draft picks, so they've already traded them all off.
Okay.
Right.
You know, going
Yeah,
back.
that's true, yeah.
Going
Space
back.
Coast, what's up, Space Coast?
Going
What's
back,
up, Coasty?
Going back to the dangerous teams thing, I think there's.
Let me just block Kofi right now. He's in stir
I
trouble.
think we may have overlooked one for the dangerous team category.
Yeah, because you know you're not going to fucking block your friend.
So I'm actually going to have two dangerous teams. This second team we rarely talk about. I'm going to say the LA Rams.
Yeah, the Rams. That's right. They're favored. They're favored to win, I think.
I'm going to say a team. I'm going to say a team that we have not talked about this whole entire string. The Chargers.
The Los Angeles
Oh,
Chargers.
Yeah, I brought them up.
Chargers.
Yeah, they got massive potential.
Well, they could
Chargers,
be a
man.
dark horse team. If I had to call a dark horse team for the season, the Chargers would be one
All
of
right,
those.
thank you,
Yep.
Mike. I was going to transition to that. So
Yeah, you got Harbaugh there, and you got that quarterback. What's his name? The freaking kid.
Herbert.
Herbert. Yeah, it's Sherbert. I call him Sherbert. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What ice cream?
Herbert. Yeah, Bobby Herbert. Yeah.
So let's transition to that. Who do you
What
guys?
I got to do, man, to have a good season this year, Justin Herbert has to stay healthy, man. He was another quarterback that missed a lot of the season from injury. If he could stay healthy all year, that team would be good this year. And that's one of my sleeper teams this year is the Chargers. If he could stay healthy, and that team could stay healthy all year.
I have a good question to open up the chat, to open up the channel on this one. Okay, listen closely. What NFL team has the most potential to possibly make a playoff or Super Bowl run this year? Counting besides the obvious.
I think it's the Rams.
Mike, you go ahead and start it off, Mike. Mike, you go ahead and start it off, Mike.
Let me start out. Okay. Well, I got to say that my 49ers and Kyle Shanahan, this is his last chance. It truly is in San Francisco. I know that a lot of fans are probably saying, nah, maybe give him another year or two. No. To me, this is the make or break season. Okay, the 49ers had a few opportunities, and Kansas City thwarted them each time to win a sixth Super Bowl. But this year, even though I see Patrick Mahomes being healthy, and even though I see him being there at Kansas City, I don't see them making it that far. I see the 49ers, as long as they can beat the Rams, and I hate to say this, but I think the Rams are going to win the NFC West with all those acquisitions, including Myles Garrett. That's going to be hard. That is going to be a difficult task to surmount. But as long as they get past that team, if they beat them twice this year, if my 49ers can beat their rivals, the Rams, twice this year, they win the division and they go on to the playoffs and possibly win the Super Bowl. And the team I see them playing against in the Super Bowl, I know this is way too early, but I see the Buffalo Bills and the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
D-Man, who do you think has got the most potential besides the obvious to make a run this year? Who do you think?
I think it's the Rams. I think it's the Rams because I'm looking at they got a good cornerback in Trent McDuffie. That was another player they picked up in the offseason. Mm-hmm. It's Trent McDuffie, the cornerback.
Yeah.
So they helped their defense out with that. Then they got the Myles Garrett on defense. They picked up and got their defense to where it should have been last year. Now, I got to agree with Mike, man. It's the Rams. I gotta agree with it.
You know, one team, you know, I'm going to say when it comes to best potential, even though and Triple C is going to like this, even though I hated on him earlier, I still think in the best potential category, I could actually see Buffalo in this one. Buffalo, I think Josh Allen still playing at the top of this game. And, of course, Cook has been really good at the running back position this last couple of seasons. I know they haven't had the best wide receiver core, but Shakir is really starting to come on as a good wide receiver for the Bills.
Angel, I see you, buddy. Hang on.
Who was that a quarterback that got drafted? Oh, did you all know Colin Kaepernick got drafted as a baseball player? I know I'm off subject, but we're still on football. Did you all know that Colin Kaepernick was drafted as a baseball player? I never knew that until earlier today when I was watching something on YouTube that they said that he was drafted to a Major League Baseball team. I never knew that.
He was going to.
And guess what team it was? Guess what team it was?
Was it Oakland A's?
The Chicago Cubs.
The
He was
Cubs?
drafted to the Chicago Cubs.
Okay.
Hey, true Papa Smurf. How you
Yeah, I
doing?
remember. It wasn't Kaepernick the first one to take a knee. I mean, remember who did? He was the first one to do the knee, wasn't he?
Some NFL
No, the first person to do that was
Yeah, I thought he was the first one to take the knee.
Russell Wilson.
Bo
Russell
Jackson.
Wilson.
Oh, was it?
So,
Bo Jackson.
I know. I haven't seen that many people take a knee since Brokeback Mountain came out.
Oh no! It was Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson, bro. It was Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson.
Deion
Bo Jackson was the first.
Right.
Bo Jackson was the first to be a football player and a baseball player.
Yeah. And do you remember which baseball team he played with, Bo Jackson?
The Kansas City Royals. He played for the
Royals.
Kansas City Royals. Bo Jackson did. He played for the White Sox. Retired with the White Sox in 1993 and played. And the other person to do it was Deion Sanders. He played for the Atlanta Falcons and he played for the Atlanta Braves. They're the only two players to ever play two sports and go to both sports in one day. They got flown from baseball. One got flown from baseball to football. One got flown from football to baseball.
So I was
the same day.
So speaking of teams in the NFL,
Out of those two players, only Deion Sanders is the only one to win a World Series with one team and a Super Bowl with another.
Yep. So guys, I want to go back to this because we got Angel on the line here. So I want to hear his nutty take on why he thinks the Raiders are going to be so good this year, even though I disagree strongly.
You know what? It's just for the fact that something's telling me because everybody looks at them as the Las Vegas Raiders. But you know what? I have a feeling, I just have this weird feeling some way, somehow, that they're going to go back playing the way they did in Oakland, which was down and dirty football. And that's my whole take on why I see the Raiders doing something this year. Everybody's sleeping on the Raiders.
There's just too many rookies on the Raiders.
As much of a New England fan that I am, if New England has to play the Raiders this year, I have a feeling that the Raiders are going to take New England.
Yeah. Papa, I wanted to ask you, so what do you think of the acquisition of Kirk Cousins over there at Las Vegas? You think that's a worthy move, being a veteran quarterback?
A very working move because they actually put a quarterback in a place where he can work.
Yes.
You know, that's
right, Papa. And as I mentioned, I like the fact that Fernando Mendoza, he could just as easily come in anytime during the middle of the season and help out, especially if games are out of hand.
Oh, yeah. And they got Mendoza, too. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that. You know,
Number one
by the
pick.
way, Mike. By the way, Mike,
Fernando
we
Mendoza.
call him Angel.
Who's calling? I'm sorry.
We call Papa's actual name's Angel.
Angel.
He,
Okay.
Angel goes by both, but yeah, we call him Angel.
Now let's transition to the next meat and potatoes. To what everybody is
Now-
going for.
Now I'm not knocking my New England Patriots. They have a hell of a lineup this year. Okay, yep, that's right. We the ones, Brett. You already know we the ones.
Yep.
That's right, baby. You know, D-Man, with all due respect to D-Man now, I always go with Chicago. He knows
Don't go
I
to
always go
Chicago
with
if you're a
Chicago.
Patriots fan. Don't go to Chicago. Don't do that.
Hey, you need to stop that shit, dude, man, because last year, yo, I picked Chicago quite a bit in the pick'ems, all right? Although I'm a New England fan, I like Chicago, but, yo, they got to watch out for San Fran this year. That's the one major thing in their way this year is San Francisco. Okay, I've not been up here in a while, guys. Like, I did not even know this was live because that chat was going so crazy today. I had to mute it.
Yeah.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I even told Teddy that.
Right.
Teddy laughed at it.
All right, guys. Let's
Now-
transition.
When you got people waking up at 8 o'clock in the damn morning and start their chat in the chat, I'm not mentioning no names.
All right, we're gonna transition now to the meat and potatoes, and what everybody came here for. Wolfie, get your stuff ready. We are now going to transition to the meat and potatoes of the show, and we're actually going to start making our first pick'ems of the year. So, I'm going to go so we're going to go around the horn. We're going to start with Mikey, and then we're going to work our way around. So,
Okay.
Let's go with the Hall of Fame game and don't go with nothing else, bro. Go with the Hall of Fame game.
we're doing Hall of Fame in
D-Man,
And then week one, right? And then week
D-Man,
one.
we're not going to be doing a pick'em show next week, so we're going to be doing the Hall of Fame plus week one. That's why we're
And
doing
week
it
one this
way.
week. Okay.
So,
wait,
week
one of preseason? We're doing
Yeah.
preseason?
Okay. So my pick. Okay. So I know.
I'll lead off, Mikey.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brett.
Remember, I always announce the games before everybody picks. So
Yeah,
I'm going to
go for it.
announce each pick, then we're going to start with Mikey and go from there forth. So
All
on
right.
Thursday, August 6, 2026, from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio, to officially start the NFL preseason, we have the Hall of Fame game, the Carolina Panthers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Mikey, go.
Okay. I believe that first game, the Hall of Fame game there in Canton, is going to be won by the Carolina Panthers.
All right.
That's my pick.
Now, we're not going to have any spreads, so let's go around the horn. D-Man, who do you got?
Oh, man, I can't pick that game, dude. I can't pick that game.
If you don't want to just say
I know. I would have to go with Carolina. I'll go with Carolina.
We're not doing any spreads. It's just picking a team. So
Angel, you're next. Who do you got?
Yo, I gotta do it. I'm going with Arizona.
Ooh. Teddy, who do you got, bro?
I got Carolina too.
Wolfie, who do you got?
I got Carolina.
I'm going to say Carolina as
Oh,
well.
man.
All right. Now let's move on to the preseason one. So these are the matches on Thursday, August 13th. The first two games are at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whatever time zone. I don't know if they have them in Eastern or Central. I don't know. But the first
No, it's Eastern time. All of them are Eastern time, dude.
So the first matchup we're going to have is Detroit at Cincinnati. Mikey, go.
Okay. It says for me 7 o'clock Eastern is when the game starts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So in that one, I'm
these times
definitely
on here,
going. Sorry. In that one, I'm definitely
times
going.
on here are central time. These times that are on here, you said
Yeah.
it's 7 for you. It's all these times that I'm looking at are central time. So it's 7 o'clock. It would be 7 your time.
I know. I understand. It's like an hour, right? Okay. So for the first pick, I say Detroit is going to win that game over the Bengals.
All right, go, D-Man.
I'm going with Cincinnati. You know I'm not picking no team that's in my division. Y'all know this about me. I'm not picking any team that's in my division.
All
Okay,
right,
Karina.
go Angel.
So I'm going with Cincinnati. I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
I'm going with Detroit.
Okay, Teddy, go Teddy.
I'm on the fence. I guess Cincinnati.
All right. Now I will tell you before I go to Wolf, the game is in Cincinnati. Go Wolf.
All right. So here's my thought. Usually they go with the youth on the first game to build up their depth chart. Then they start with the starters in the second week. So I'm going to say that the youth of the Cincinnati Bengals is going to be better. I got Cincinnati.
Games at home, easy pick, Cincinnati. Next game from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Green Bay Packers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Go, Mikey.
All right. That's going to be a difficult one to pick. Believe it or not, it's a difficult one
Hey,
to
I'm going
pick.
to go last on this one. I got to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right,
Okay.
Dan.
Because it is only week 1. But you know what? I like Pittsburgh in an upset of that first week. So I'm going with Pittsburgh in that game.
All right, since it's going to skip D-Man, so let's go over to Angel. Angel, who do you got?
You know what? I really want to see Green Bay do something this year. I really do. I'm going to go with Green Bay.
You know what? Not so fast, Angel. I'm going to say, I'm sorry, Teddy, I'll go to you. I'm going to go ahead and go next. I'm going to say Pittsburgh at home. Go, Teddy.
I do too. I think with the new coach, he's going to want to come out with a win, so I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
Yeah, even if
All
it's
right.
preseason, I agree.
Your turn.
All right. So I'm going based off of the draft. I've got Green Bay because I think the draft being used in the first game to build up the depth chart. I think Green Bay's draft was better than Pittsburgh, in my opinion. So I've got Green Bay.
All right, D-Man's back from the can. So, D-Man, you got the last pick on that one. Who do you got?
Who do you think I got, bro?
Steelers.
After I just said what I just said.
Steelers.
He's going with Pittsburgh.
Yep.
He
right.
he's doing
I'm not,
Only because I'm the new coach.
I'm not
He's going to want to build up
All
the
right.
win.
division, dude.
So
He's
here's
got
the next.
Pittsburgh. Okay.
So here's the next game. I'm gonna. It says here 6:30. I'll just say whatever time zone you guys, and you know the time frame. I'll have you converted.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
From
cool.
Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Indianapolis at New England. Mikey, go.
Oh, that's a no-brainer. If it's at Gillette Stadium, it's the Patriots. Patriots going to win that game.
D-Man,
Let
go.
her pick my team from now on. No, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I said
Wait, shit!
Patriots win that one against the Colts. Yeah, Patriots.
right.
Gillette Stadium.
Who and your wife got, D-Man? It's Indianapolis at New England.
She picked the Indianapolis Colts.
All right.
Indy,
I think I
okay.
D-Man, I have to ask, who are we going with? Yep. That's a
I'm going
pick.
with Indianapolis, but I'm not picking those cheating ass Patriots. Y'all know I don't like the
Here we go
Patriots.
again.
No,
Save it.
no, see, that's your fucking go-to answer every
Come on,
fucking
guys.
time,
Come on,
and
guys.
that's why every fucking time you lose your perfect fucking picks.
Come on,
Yo,
guys.
new coach, new regime, new fucking shit, dude, man. I'm sick of everybody calling them the cheaters. Yo,
Once a
they
cheater,
ain't
always
cheating.
a cheater, bro.
Okay,
Once a
okay,
cheater,
so I'm gonna
always
tell you
a
like
cheater,
this. I'm gonna tell you like this. So your team cheats too. Every team cheats in the fucking
God,
NFL.
Here we go again.
Yup, every team cheats in the NFL.
Let's be
Every
real
team
simple,
cheats
bro.
in the NFL.
When was the last time the Bears got called cheating, Angel? When
Doesn't
was the
matter.
last time the
Watch
Bears
the
got
footage.
called cheating?
Fucking team watches footage. Every team watches footage, whether you want to fucking believe it or not. Every team watches footage.
Come on, Angel. Come on, D-Man. Settle
If
down.
you can't, no, I'm being dead ass on this truth. Yo, so every team cheats. They watch footage. All right,
Yeah.
every
All
team
right.
cheats. That's simple.
Let's move on. Teddy,
Okay,
who
every
you got?
team cheats. Let's move
Yeah.
on, though. I'm always, you know, I don't like the Patriots, guys, but
Teddy,
you
who
know,
you got?
I'm picking the Colts. The Colts.
Indianapolis or New England?
Yeah, I got the Colts only because the way the Colts went out last year, I think they're going to be really eager to get a signature win. I think the Colts are going to pull the upset.
I'm with Angels, New England. Wolfie, you're last. Who do you got?
Okay, so I'm going to say Indianapolis, but guys, let's keep in mind that it is just the preseason. There ain't no reason to get all heated up already. It's just preseason, guys.
Yeah, the
Nah,
rivalry.
it's just the simple fact that D-Man goes, I ain't going to go with no cheaters, but it's a new regime, a new coach, new everything, and, they're still cheaters. No, they're not. It's a new regime. It's a new difference. It's a new experience.
Yeah, Belichick's gone,
All right,
Brady's gone, so
let's get off this game and let's move to the next game. From Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, we've got Arizona at Vegas. Mikey, go.
Okay. Don't forget Chargers in Houston.
We're gonna
That's
get to that
before
one.
that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chargers and Houston's before that game.
That as well.
Well,
Okay.
they're both something.
I'm gonna say. You know what? I'm going to give the slight edge to the Raiders, but because it was game one, I have a feeling that both teams are going to feel each other out. It's probably going to come down to a field goal. So I think it's going to be the Raiders. The Raiders are going to win that game.
D-Man, go.
So Arizona don't got Kyle Murray no more. The Vegas got the number 1 overall pick. I really don't know about those two teams, but I'm gonna go with the number 1 overall pick in Mendoza. I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Angel, go.
I'm going gray and black, baby. Raiders.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going Arizona.
Go.
Did you guys see this? Arizona was picked to finish the worst in the NFL, even below the Dolphins. So I think Arizona's going to be pissed off, and I think Arizona's going to pull it up at Oakland.
So you're going to say Arizona for the win? Ted?
Yeah, I think they are. I think that they were picked to finish dead last in the NFL. Worst. I think they're going to be pissed off.
All right, Ted. Wolfie, go.
I got Arizona on this one.
You know, as much as I want to go, now the question is, will Mendoza play in the preseason? Will we get to see what he's made of? If he plays and if he doesn't screw up, I see Vegas winning this. But honestly, I think Arizona is going to surprise people. I agree with Ted. As much as Las Vegas has got the advantage, I like Arizona in this one. Next game, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, the Chargers and the Texans. Mikey, go.
Okay. I like Herbert. I like Justin. If he plays for maybe one quarter, I think the Chargers beat the Texans.
Go, D-Man.
What was it again?
It's the Chargers versus
Texans.
Chargers versus Houston.
You're not going to be starting any of their starters, so I'm still going to go with Houston. I'll still go with Houston.
Go, Angel.
This is a rough one. I want to say Houston pulls it out, but I'm going to say this is going to be an interesting game. And I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Ooh, that's a good pick. All right, Teddy, go.
I think the Chargers are also kind of got unfinished business too. But you're right. This is probably the best game so far that you guys have rattled off here, and I think Chargers are going to win by like a field goal or something like that.
It's going to be close. Yeah.
Wolfie, go.
I've got Chargers as well. I think it's going to be a touchdown game.
Yeah, I'm going to say Chargers too. I think even though if Herbert doesn't play, I think the youth is going to show up more than it is going to be for the Texans. I like the Chargers winning by at least 3 points in this game. All right, and so the nightcap on Thursday, August 13th. Tennessee at San Francisco from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. I know which way Mikey's going, but I'm going to swing with him first.
All right. So, I never pick against my team. So I'm always picking the 49ers. They're going to win at Levi Stadium. And they may not start. I know they won't start Brock Purdy till at least game 2 or 3 in the preseason. They usually wait for him until about the third game of the preseason. So, and usually like only part way through in the second game. So, yeah, I'm going to say that the 49ers will use some of their draft picks and win that game. They're going
All
to
right.
beat them.
D-Man, go.
49ers.
Angel, go.
I gotta go red and gold, baby. All the way, Niners.
There we go.
Teddy, go.
I think Tennessee will try to show off because everybody keeps telling how they suck. I think Tennessee's going to pull an upset.
Wow, that's a surprise pick. Go, Wolfie.
That's also who I've got. I've got Tennessee.
Well, because they're going to play the backup in week 1, we did talk about one underrated quarterback on the Niners, and Mikey might have overlooked him. That's Mac Jones. So I think Mac Jones is going to play a little bit on that week 1 game. I think he's going to do well. I actually got San Francisco beating the Titans on this one. So, all right. So on Friday, August 14th. Friday, August 14th, there are only 2 games that night, and they're all at the same time. First off, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, Denver at Atlanta. Mikey, go.
Okay, Denver and Atlanta. I like the Broncos. I go with the Broncos.
Oh, my phone came unplugged. Wolfie, I'm down to 30%.
D-Man, go.
I'm going to go with Denver, baby.
Angel, go.
You guys know me. It's the preseason, and I'm gonna pull some crazy shit out my ass here. Denver's not gonna put any of the starters. Okay, Atlanta's gonna pull out an upset on this.
All right, Teddy, go.
Who are you going with, Angel?
He says he's going with Atlanta.
I want with Atlanta.
Yeah, boy, that's hard to pick Atlanta over Denver, man. That's
It's the first game of the season. Everybody's confusing there.
Yeah, with all the
draft pick.
Yeah, I got to go with Atlanta too.
Wolfie, go.
All that Tua drama, and they're going to be.
Yeah, I got Atlanta myself.
Yeah.
Orange Crush all the way, Denver. All right. Next game from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tampa Bay at the New York Jets. Mikey, go.
I'm never going to pick the Jets in a game. Just to let you know, I never picked the Jets in a game ever. Ever since they had the Sanchez era and everything else. So that's going to be Tampa Bay. It's going to win it on the road. I give it to Tampa Bay.
D-Man, go.
God, I was like, you're talking about bigger dog, right? She's like,
I see Tampa Bay blowing these guys out by at least 50 points, man.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, Angel, go.
Even in the preseason game. I can see him blowing the
Tampa's
Jets out by 50.
You're right.
Tampa Bay gonna wreck them like a bat out of hell.
to make an appointment, make a checkup appointment.
I don't know, man. I think
So who do you got, Angel?
Giants.
Angel.
I said Tampa.
Tampa.
All right, go, Teddy.
I think the Giants might pull this off. You know what I mean? Like, I know how it
The
looks.
Jets?
But I think the Giants are going to pull it off.
It's the Jets.
This is the
No, it's the
Jets.
Jets. It's the Jets.
Always an oddball out. Somebody's always the oddball out.
Oh, no, I thought it was the Giants. I thought it was the Giants.
No, it's
I
not the
said Tampa Bay at
Jets.
the New York Jets.
Oh, man.
It's the other team.
I want to pick the Jets, but I can't. I got to go with the big Bucks. Yeah.
It's Tampa
All
Bay.
right,
It's gotta be.
all right.
Yeah.
Wolfie, go.
Wolfie.
I say not so fast to all you. I say the Jets.
Oh,
Wow,
Wolfie.
pick the Jets.
Wow,
Wow.
what's calling it?
There's the oddball out. I was wondering who was going to be the oddball out. I just found him.
Even though the Jets did improve in the draft this year, I still think the young talent is not going to be enough. I like Tampa
You
Bay.
guys are down.
All right, and then the third game from Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland, Miami.
Like I said,
Mikey, go.
for longer
Oh,
stuff,
okay.
but
Well, the game is at home, and the Redskins I refuse to call them Commanders. Please don't hate me for that. But the Redskins still have a lot of improvement to make. I think they have made some improvement in their draft. I say that Washington wins that game in Land of Romero. They win their home game. Yeah. I give it to Washington for that game.
All right, D-Man, go.
Uh-oh, we lost communication. Hang on.
Yeah. Okay.
We lost Teddy there.
Okay, somebody's got their TV up loud or something like that.
That's my fan, I think.
Teddy said he plugged his phone in charger and got booted, he said.
Do you have to reset your audio there, Wolf?
Yeah, you got reset his audio. Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
I gotta go with the.
Let's continue.
I gotta go with Washington. Dude. I gotta go with Washington. This is gonna be another blowout game, dude. Even though it's preseason, I think this is gonna be another blowout game.
All right, Angel, who you got?
I gotta go with Washington.
Perfect.
I'm going with Washington on this.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad pick. I'm gonna say Washington too. I mean, I think even though if Jalen Daniels doesn't play, the fact of the matter is I think Washington still's got enough talent to. I don't know if Mariota's still a backup or not.
Well, I know that they're at Washington. I didn't mean to interrupt, Brett, but what I was going to say was at Washington, Jaden Daniels may not even play until the second half of Game 2 or the first half of Game 3. They're going to reserve. They're going to keep him in reserve because he could just as easily get hurt around the first. So I know how Jaden is. I'm just saying, they're going to wait. But yeah, I still say that Washington will win that first game.
Okay, so Washington, Mikey.
Yeah, what games did I miss? Because I had to plug in, and when I plugged in, it kicked me.
Miami at Washington. I think
it's Miami and Washington, Ted.
Oh god.
Miami, Ted.
I think
the Dolphins are going to pull out all the stops to try to win to get the fans on their thing. I'm gonna pick Miami. I can't believe it. Probably be the one time I hope it be. I'm picking Miami.
You're the odd one on that one there, Ted.
You're going to be on the island there.
It's not because it's Miami. It's just because it's a new coach and a new setup, and the fans down here are hating on them real bad. So I think that they're gonna try to put the Super Bowl team out there.
I'll say something.
They might even put starters out there for all I know.
Okay, so everybody's going for Washington except for me and Ted.
Oh, Wolfie, you're gonna join the island? You're coming over to Fantasy Island?
Yeah, I'm going to Fantasy Island.
Okay.
Fantasy Island.
Okay, even though it picked Washington, Miami could do it because of two words: Malik Willis.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't know the hate that they're dropping on them guys. These guys have to win that preseason game. They have to. If you guys were down here, you would be all voting Miami. Trust me, you would.
All right. So now we're moving to the Saturday matchups on August 15th. There's a total of 7 games on tap. So the first 3 are all at noon. I think that's Central Time, so you know what it is for your area. First game from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Triple C's Buffalo Bills host the Carolina Panthers. Go, Mikey.
Buffalo Bills. That's a blowout.
I'm going to say, as I said, the Hall of Fame game, I picked Carolina to beat Arizona. I think Carolina goes 2-0, and they're going to win their first preseason Week 1 game. So I give it to Carolina. Yes.
D-Man, go.
Buffalo. What she said.
She's going Buffalo?
She's going Buffalo.
Angel, go.
That's her home. That's her home state.
Now, with that being said,
Didn't they fire McDermott? So they got a new coach at Buffalo. I think he's going to win that. He's going to want that first game real bad. I think Buffalo's going to win that.
I'm going Carolina. Carolina is one of those sleeper teams this year.
All right. Thanks, Angel. Go, Ted.
Yeah, only because of Buffalo having the new coach. because they fired McDermott, right? That guy's gone. So I really think Buffalo's going to want that first win, and they're at home. So I think they're going to squeak it out, over Carolina.
All right, Wolf, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Buffalo on this one. I think I'm thinking like Ted here. They're wanting to show off for their first home game. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Buffalo.
As much as I despise them because they're an AFC East rival and an old AFL rival, I'm still going to pick Buffalo. Bills Mafia is going to be too much for Carolina.
So am I the odd one out saying that Carolina will beat Buffalo at home?
No, that's not a bad pick at all.
Mikey,
That's not a bad pick.
It's you and Angel, Mikey.
Oh, it's me and Angel. Who's
All right.
I almost went with Carolina. If they would have had McDermott, I would have picked Carolina. It's just because of new coach. I think they're going to be dying trying to get fan support.
The next game, I think we're all going to be universal in this one. From Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois, Cleveland at Chicago. Mikey, go.
You got the Bears. They traded away Garrett over at Cleveland. You're done. So Bears all the way on that
That
one.
was my thinking too. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
You're done.
We already know where D-Man's going, so go ahead and say your obvious pick, D-Man.
Yeah.
You don't even have to ask D-Man.
The same way he did. You guys got to remember last year when the Bears played Cleveland, how they were fucking Caleb was running his ass off away from Garrett so he wouldn't get that record against them. He would have had the record if he would have sacked Caleb Williams just one time. If he would have sacked him, he would have had that record playing against the Bears. Thank God Caleb Williams is fat. But I'm picking the Bears, as you know.
All right, go, Angel.
Go, Angel.
All right. I gotta go with the Bears. I really do. I see their defense Cleveland's gonna be their same name, the Brownies. They're shit out of luck this game.
All right, go, Teddy.
Yeah, they got 5 draft picks between rounds 1, 2, and early in the third. So, I mean, they've got 5 almost first-round caliber draft picks. They really do with the Browns. I mean, I know a lot of people aren't thinking about that, but I just can't pick the Browns over the Bears. But I'm just saying it might be a close game. So I'm going to say Chicago, but it wouldn't even surprise me if Cleveland won that game.
All right,
I
Wolf.
say
But you guys
I'd be
gotta remember
brave
what I
enough to
said
say,
earlier.
Teddy. Yeah, I'd be brave enough to say that Chicago will win by at least 10 points. I give
Wolf,
them
who
10
do you
points.
got, buddy?
Okay, so I mean, Cleveland. I mean, the only thing that they really got going for them is Shedeur Sanders. If you want to go there, and then of course in the draft they got 2 really good receivers, but
They got good picks on draft.
But you guys got to
yeah, they got
remember,
2
too,
really-
like I said earlier, if Caleb Williams cannot fucking try to be a Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady and try to throw it in threading the needle, if he can take that out of his game and throw the damn ball away when he needs to, when nobody's open downfield, then they'll win way a hell of a lot more games.
Yeah, but the thing is that you got to keep in mind this is week 1 of preseason. They're going to try to not play Caleb Williams this week, that particular game.
They're not going to try to play him as much.
Who's the backup? Who did we get as the backup? I don't even know who would be the backup.
It used to be Mitch Trubisky, but I don't think it's him anymore.
Trubisky, I think, was in Buffalo.
We traded him. What's his name?
Plus,
The white boy.
I still haven't picked yet. So,
No, go ahead, you're good.
even though this is a preseason, Cleveland Browns have had more diarrhea than me on a toilet after an all-you-can-eat burrito buffet.
That's
but
a
the fact of
perfect
the matter is,
description, Brett.
Cleveland has caused more constipation than cheddar cheese. I got Chicago in this one.
Me too.
Yeah, I just saying they got really 5 amazing draft picks. So I don't know, and 2 are on the line too, the offensive line. So I don't know.
Right.
All right.
Well, we'll just see how far they go, Teddy.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I'm
Ted,
curious to see if the
Now,
Browns do anything.
next game, Ted, pay attention. So that way you don't confuse your New York. From MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Minnesota at New York Giants.
Wow.
Go, Mikey.
Oh. Okay. I know they're not going to play Scatterboo right away because he's my main man over there at the Giants. Cam Scatterboo. They'll probably play him either if it's a blowout, they'll play him towards the end and they'll have him run circles around the Minnesota Vikings, or they'll just have him play around the second or third game of the preseason. So in this one, I'm calling the Vikings. Vikings winning that game. Yeah.
Go, D-Man. Go, D-Man.
Ford is the highest paid quarterback again. Again.
So who's your pick, D-Man?
Who's your pick, D-Man?
That's Adam Schefter.
Oh, yeah, Schefter.
Okay.
So who's your pick between Minnesota and the Giants?
The New York Giants, D-Man.
What teams were they again? Oh my God!
Minnesota or the
Minnesota
Giants?
at the Giants.
Giants, and it's at Giants
I
Stadium.
gotta go with the Giants, bro. I gotta go with the Minnesota. I'm not gonna go with Minnesota. I said I'd never go with my team, but I can't do that to the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm. All
So
right,
you're
go
picking the
in.
Vikings? Okay, all right.
Go in.
I'm gonna go with Mikey and D-Man and say Minnesota, dude. Like, yeah, definitely Minnesota.
I can watch these preseason games. Once we watch these preseason, the ones we can watch, because it looks like a lot of these preseason games are on the NFL Network, which none of us got.
Right.
Yeah, Angel.
There's some that are on NBC as well. So
I'm seeing most of them are on the preseason games. I think there's like 2 or 3 preseason games I saw that were on NBC. Like
Well, I
all the
know
rest
this-
of them are on NFL.
Well, I know
Network.
this particular matchup for Week 1, D-Man, is run by ESPN Unlimited. The first one, Minnesota and New York Giants.
Which is the app. It's the ESPN app, which
Right.
you got to pay $29.99 a month for to
Yes.
stupid to get any of the NFL games,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
dumb.
Yes.
They're
Alright,
not
guys,
thinking about the lower class, middle class people, and this is the issue we had last year with some other entertainment
Yeah.
than going to other freaking ESPN, which is wrestling. That's bullshit. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
All right, let's continue. We're still on Ted. Ted, who do you got?
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at the draft picks because I think this kind of gave a draft pick game. And based that Minnesota drafted 9 selections, I think Minnesota's going to pull this off.
I think so too.
Okay, even though, remember, the Giants remember the 2 awesome draft picks. They got Arvell Reese and Francis Magoa, but they're not going to probably start those guys, or maybe they will. But I think Minnesota kind of has to win this game, and these guys are fighting for spots based on the draft, so I'm going to go with Minnesota.
All right, Wolf, who do you got?
I don't know what you're all seeing. I've got the Giants.
Oh, he's on an island. I am since I'm going last, as I'm the host here, I'm going to say this. I am going to say Minnesota. I think they're going to play Mason.
Hi, Shirley Michelle.
I think
Shoddy.
even though they're not going to play Jefferson or Addison or Hawkinson or Murray, I still think Mason, who's the RB2, is going to come out and play some really good football on preseason 1. Giants don't have a run defense. I got Minnesota.
Yeah.
All right, next up from GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. This is what I'm going to nominate as one of the preseason games of the week. Los Angeles Rams at the Kansas City Chiefs. Mikey, go.
Now that's going to be a tough draw.
I'm
Because
nominating this as one of the games of the week.
I would say that's a good call. It is one of the games of the week.
Not
I
as
say
big as
because-
Philadelphia and Baltimore.
No, I'll
but
tell you,
anyway.
I would have said Kansas City because it's in Kansas City. But I think the Rams are probably going to pull it off. I'm calling an upset. I think on the road, even though the Rams and the Chiefs won't be playing all of their starters, obviously, nobody's going to be out there for that first game. But if they get, but with the draft picks of both teams, which they've had, and I got to say, the Rams are going to win a close one on the road against the Chiefs. I got the Rams.
All right, go D-Man.
I agree with you, but I agree with it being the other way. Kansas City winning a close one. I agree with you, but it's going to be Kansas City winning a close one.
Okay.
Yeah, Kansas City has a lot to prove. I'm going Kansas City too.
What about you, Papa, Angel?
Yeah, Angel, who do you got?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say it like this. I don't see Kansas City pretty much doing anything this year. Mahomes is coming back from the ACL, and they might want to actually test him in the water to see how he can do for his running. And I'm telling you right now, his running ain't gonna be shit. He's gonna be scared to run. Okay. Yeah. I'm going with the other team there.
With the Rams.
Not Kansas City. The other one. Rams.
Yeah,
Rams.
Okay. All right.
All
Yeah,
right.
the Rams should win, but I think Kansas City has too many people to play that they need to know if they're starters or not. So I think Kansas City kind of is going to win because they're going to play better players.
All right, so that's your pick, Ted, is Kansas City?
Yeah, I barely, barely beating the Rams.
All right, Wolf, go.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like a field goal game, but I've got the Rams.
You got the
Rams.
Okay.
Even though Mahomes is coming back, I don't think Kansas City is going to play their starters. Even with the rookies and the young ones who still making the team, too much talent for the Rams. I got the Rams winning this one.
Yeah.
All right,
and
next up.
I was just going to add a quick note, Brett, to that. If Kansas City decides to bring Mahomes in for maybe one or two, maybe even 3 plays, they may do that just to see if some of his timing is back after his major surgery. Now, if none of that timing is back, I can tell you that Kansas City, they might just go 0-4 for the whole preseason until they get back to
0-3. There's only 3 games. Mikey, there's only 3 games in the preseason.
Yeah, they cut one preseason game.
Okay,
because they added an extra game. Yeah, they added an extra regular. That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they could go easily 0-3. Yeah.
All right, guys. So the next game from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Jacksonville at New Orleans. Go, Mikey.
Jacksonville and New Orleans.
D-Man?
Wow. I do not. I've never liked the Saints. I got to go with the Jags on this one. I hope they play Trevor Lawrence for at least 5 plays. I wanted to see him play. I want him to play in the first preseason game, at least 5 plays, and see if he can go down there and get him down for a touchdown. If he can do that, those sleeper team of being Jacksonville would hold true, being a sleeper team. I like Jacksonville on that one.
Go, D-Man.
What is it again? What teams are they again?
Jacksonville
and New Orleans.
New Orleans. At New Orleans.
Man, who the hell does New Orleans got anymore? They don't really got anybody anymore.
Exactly.
They got the running back still, right? But he's broke up
So what I
dog.
want to say about this now, I think what's going to happen is they're going to let the starters play one series. A lot of these teams are going to let their starters play the first series of the game and then take them out.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. So with that being said, I got to go with Jacksonville, dude. I got to go with Jacksonville. If they play Trevor Lawrence the first series, he's going to go down there and score.
Yeah.
He's going to go down there and definitely score. And that's what a lot of these teams, if they play their starters for one series, I think the majority of them can go down there and score that first series.
Well, I mean,
So I got to go with Jacksonville.
shit, you got Trevor Lawrence, Etning at halfback, and you got Travis Hunter, which is a utility hitter. I mean, he can go anywhere.
All right. So
What was the Saints draft pick for 2026?
let's move on in the order. So let's go to Angel. Angel, who do you got?
I'm going Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville. Jacksonville, one of my sleeper teams this year.
Good pick. Go, Teddy.
Yeah, I'm looking at the draft picks that New Orleans made, and I think these guys are kind of losers. Basically, I don't like this. Other than Jordan Tyson from Arizona State, I don't like any of the people. So I don't even see how they could possibly beat somebody when they didn't even do good draft picks. I got to go Jacksonville too.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd say, Teddy, that other than Jordan Tyson, the Saints really don't have anybody. And I know that's because I'm a diehard ASU Sun Devil fan, and I love every player that's come out of ASU in the last 5 years at least. Every single player that's gone to the NFL. But like I said, other than Tyson, yeah, he's not enough. I mean, you need more players, and Saints just don't have them. So yeah, Jacksonville wins this one.
How many more games do we got, Brett?
We got two more after this one.
We got two more, D-Man.
Okay, Wolf, your turn.
Wolf, your turn.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way I see New Orleans doing it. I got Jacksonville. New Orleans, I mean, even their draft was bad. I mean, I'd say that they're probably the second worst draft pick this year.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
I agree with that, dude. I told you. But that's why I said what I said, because who do they even have anymore? Their draft was so bad. I mean, they traded most of their picks for future draft picks.
Now, I had a question for Brett. Since the Saints had a terrible draft pick, and since their team probably is going to finish at least, if not the bottom of the barrel, so to speak, do you think the fans should start wearing those paper bags over their heads again and go Aints?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints finished the worst in the league, beyond Miami and beyond Arizona.
Same thing, Pat. I was just getting ready to say the same thing. They're going to be like the Vegas Raiders last year and just bomb to get the first overall pick, bro. And who is the front runner for the first overall pick in 2027?
It's the Dante guy from Oregon, the quarterback.
Yeah.
Dante Moore.
Yeah, that's who's going to be number one, it looks like.
I would be as bold to say that New Orleans might have a goose egg at the end of the year with no wins.
Oh, you think they'll be the next team to go 0-18?
I don't see them winning more than 2 games.
Wow, that would be amazing.
I'm still picking, New Orleans. Who? Yeah, just reminded me of that fart 20 minutes ago. I forgot all about it. So, with that being said, I'm going to say no Taysom Hill, no read option Wildcat game for the Saints. Saints are worse than me after a bean burrito buffet night. I'm going to say Jacksonville.
Yeah, let's throw a bonus thing in. Let's pick who's going to finish with the worst record and obviously get the first draft pick of the year. And I'm going to say New Orleans is my pick for the worst team in the NFL.
By far.
Right. Next game, and I think this is Wolfie's nomination as Game of the Week.
Yeah,
from M&T
definitely.
Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Philadelphia at Baltimore. I believe this is Wolfie's.
Ooh, that's going to be a good game.
Ooh, that's going to be a slap.
That game is going to be on TV. I guarantee it.
It's on ESPN Limited, according to this.
That's going to be a good game, actually.
So before you pick Mikey, let's take a vote of the panel. How many vote this game to be the game of the week? Raise your hand.
Oh, it is, definitely.
Yeah, raise my hand.
It definitely
So we're
is.
all in agreement this is the game of the week? All right, with that
I
being
agree.
said,
This is the game of the
with that being said, go, Mikey.
All right. Well, as D-Man so eloquently put, each team is going to play, since there's only 3 preseason games, I thought there were 4, but now there are only 3. So I'm going to say yes, Philadelphia is going to play Jalen Hurts for one series. And yes, they're going to play, the quarterback there, for Baltimore, Lamar Jackson for one series. And then that's it. And I think whoever comes out of that first series with either a field goal or a touchdown wins that game. So,
for sure.
I like the running style of both quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson. Even though like I said before, Lamar's lost a step slightly, but I think both quarterbacks are still 2 of the best running quarterbacks in the NFL. I gotta say it's gonna be Baltimore at home by a field goal, at least a field goal. Their kicker at Baltimore is still one of the best kickers in the NFL. So, Yes.
All right,
I
go
see
D-Man.
Yeah. What do you say, D-Man?
I agree with them. I'm going with the Eagles.
Are you going Philadelphia? He picked.
Oh, I think you're going with Baltimore, man. Oh,
Mikey picked
I'm
Baltimore.
going with the Eagles.
Baltimore.
I'm going
Yeah,
with Eagles. Sorry.
I'm thinking Eagles too. Let me see
All
here.
right, Angel,
What were
go.
the draft picks for 2026 on the
I'm
Eagles?
gonna tell you guys this one thing. Lamar is due for an injury. This is Lamar's season to get injured. So all of those Baltimore fans that are here, unfortunately, I'm sorry for y'all, but Baltimore's not going nowhere this year. I'm picking the Eagles.
All right, go Teddy.
Yeah, I'm looking at the draft picks real quick. Both of them had mediocre drafts. I mean, they got a couple good players each, but this game's going to be pretty damn even, I think, even on preseason. Based that I'm seeing slightly better draft maybe for the Ravens. I think I'm going to pick the Ravens barely. I was going to pick Eagles, but I changed my mind. I'm going back to the Ravens.
All right,
Yeah, I think that's a good call, Teddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
But it'll be close. You know, I don't know. This would have been one thing I would have asked all you guys on the panel. Which of these games do you think will end up in a tie?
I think this one's probably a qualifier for a tie.
Yeah, this is.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely for sure. And there's a couple other ones, but I can't remember who they are right now. That I was thinking of it, but I didn't say nothing at the time. But I can't remember who they are now, and I'm not going back to the whole damn thing. So I'll say this one too.
And the game that's coming up next that we're going to be talking about, I think that's another potential tie too. But we'll get to that here in a minute. I mean, Philadelphia, you got Hurts and Barkley, and then Baltimore, you got Lamar and Derrick Henry. I'm still leaning towards Derrick Henry. I got Baltimore.
All right.
In fact, I'll be bold enough to say that in that Baltimore game, Derrick Henry scores the first touchdown of the preseason.
I like that. I agree with that.
But is that going to be a receiving touchdown? Is that going to be a receiving touchdown, or is it going to be a rushing touchdown?
It's rushing up the middle. It's going to be right up the middle, man.
He did get some receiving touchdowns right here.
It's going to be right up the middle run.
No, he's gonna plow right through the right.
All right, guys. So here's my pick, and I base my pick based on this question: of these two teams, who has the better pistol and shotgun inside zone run game? At the end of the day, I look at both players. Saquon Barkley is a good inside zone run player. Derrick Henry is a good inside zone run player.
Yes.
But when it comes to the formations there, who is more efficient? See, the Philadelphia Eagles, when they line up in the pistol to run the inside zone, they've been inconsistent. The Ravens, however, when they line up in the pistol or the shotgun, their inside zone run game has been consistent. Based on that alone, I am going to pick the Baltimore Ravens.
And to add to your point there, Brett, don't forget that Saquon Barkley still is fighting an ankle issue. Okay? People didn't know that, but he's fighting an ankle issue. And Derrick Henry right now is one of the healthiest running backs in the entire NFL. This man is almost indestructible. He goes through people like butter.
You know what I think the Ravens should do this year to really capitalize on the capability of Derrick Henry? Besides using him in the pistol and shotgun inside zone sets, if the coach is really smart, I would like to see him implement a wildcat package for Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to see the wildcat with the Baltimore Ravens. So.
Wildcat, definitely, yes.
All right. So next up, with the final game of week 1, from Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington, the Dallas Cowboys at the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. Go, Mikey.
I think that's a no-brainer. Seattle is going to celebrate their recent Super Bowl win. They'll have a ceremony. They'll put the banner up there. They're not going to lose against the Dallas Cowboys at home. So I give it to Seattle for sure.
All right, D-Man, go.
I go with the Cowboys upsetting them at home, bro, and spoiling that. That won't be the ring ceremony to the first week of the regular season. So yeah, I'm still giving it to the Cowboys, bro.
All right, go, Angel.
I'm going with the Cowboys as well. Like Don Troop, I heard it on the radio
It's gonna be
today.
a close game.
And
Don't get me
I
wrong.
was
That's gonna be a close game.
I was dumbfounded when I heard it, but they're saying this year it's going to be a New England Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl. And
Yeah, they say
so
that every year
I'm going with Dallas.
America. They say that every year about America's team.
They do say that about Dallas every year. They really do.
All right, Teddy, go.
Dallas versus who?
Dallas
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 versus
versus Seattle, the defending Super Bowl champions.
Man, this is a tough one, man. This really is. Just Jerry Jones has probably been yelping at them boys all damn year, and oh man, I don't know. Seattle's still on their high horse. I don't know, man. Yeah, I kind of see it's like Dallas has everything to prove, and Seattle has nothing. So yeah, I'm going to go with Dallas.
All right, go Wolf.
I mean, really, the only thing that Seattle lost was the going to Kansas City.
It's tough. It's a close game, though.
But I'm telling you, the wide receivers for Dallas.
I was waiting for you to speak up, Michelle, about the Cowboys. I was waiting for your ass to speak up.
No, I know.
I'm telling you
Guys,
that.
let Wolf speak.
I'm telling you, the receivers for Dallas this year, I'm really looking at them. I've got Dallas on this one.
All right, my pick. I'm going to say this. Good pick, Mikey. Not so fast to all the rest of you. I have got Seattle winning this one at home. Seattle still has got way too much talent, even for their backups. Dallas, their defense isn't as good as what people say they are. Even though the only thing that Dallas has got going for them is their offense, their defense is crappier than Cleveland Browns on the toilet after a burrito fest. Therefore, I'm going to say I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks at home.
Hey, Brad, is Sam Darnold still the quarterback? Is Sam Darnold still the quarterback at Seattle?
Yeah, he's still in Seattle.
He's
I mean, it's preseason. It could easily go Seattle's way. It easily could.
Yes.
Oh, you think that's funny, Michelle? Go back in the stream, watch the other roasts I've done. So, anyway, so that concludes our pick'ems. Now there's a question you wanted to bring up, Ted, that I said wait till the end of the pick'ems. What was that you were going to say, or was that you, D-Man? That was you.
Yeah, I was saying I picked the worst 4 teams. I already put mine in the chat.
Okay.
The bottom feeders.
Now, this is not anything related with football. It's got to do with basketball. And the biggest crybaby in basketball, man, right now. What do y'all think about LeBron James going to the Philadelphia 76ers?
Well, he wants a ring, and that's a good place to go. Yeah.
He signed a 2-year contract with them for $8 million.
Yeah.
$4 million a year for 2 years. Do you think that he's going to, after that contract's up, retire, stay with the team, or go with another team?
Oh, you're talking about the Philadelphia 70 Crappers? I mean Sixers. Sorry, my bad. LeBron James has gone to a team that has worse crap than Mikey after a Southern Jambalaya mix.
What are you talking about? Philadelphia's got a good team, man.
I think LeBron James on the Philadelphia 76ers. No, they're going to be worse than me after eating too much cheese. So that's pretty much what I the way.
Okay, so
my opinion on that, I think that the Philadelphia 76ers, that's who they needed to get over the hump and win the Super
and
Bowl.
I don't have an issue with that, D-Man, but I will answer to you by saying that Joel Embiid has to be injury-free all season long.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can pull that off.
Definitely.
I'm just saying, though, but if you can pull that off, having Joel Embiid completely injury-free, the 76ers are the favorites in the East. Just saying.
Right.
Yeah, them and the Knicks. It's going to be them and the Knicks.
Remember those two ones. You guys got to remember about LeBron James, what type of teams he's already been on, and he hasn't won nothing with the Lakers. No. Look who he had when he was with the Lakers, bro. Look who he had around him.
Okay, Okay, but here's the thing, guys. He's 41 years old.
Yes.
He's 2 years younger than me.
I say 42.
He's bound to have an injury very, very soon. And the question is if he gets injured, is it going to be a game changer? And I think that answer is yes. So could this be his last contract? It very well could be. But
You know what?
Yeah, he is 41 now.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah, I think he should have went to Miami.
You know
I think
what?
Miami would have been better.
I'll tell you, I was just
If LeBron gets injured, is it going to affect him? I'm going to say yes for the simple fact because, there were way greater players before him, and not a single one said, I'm king. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Magic Johnson, Akeem the Dream Olajuwon, Charles Barkley. None of them said, I'm king. Oh, LeBron James, I'm King James. Motherfucker, you king shit.
Yeah, but he does have 4 titles with a couple of different teams. You can't argue with it.
And LeBron's making a bunch of money, guys. I forgot how it was. He's doing some kind of TV series
Yeah, I heard that too.
that they have to create. Okay. I'll Google it for you guys.
hey,
How's LeBron going to make up all that money he's losing by signing with the 76ers?
yeah. Hey, Angel, you're kind of
LeBron James isn't trying to recoup the roughly $49 million he's losing annually. He's focused on winning a championship, not making more money. As a billionaire with endorsements and investments, his pay cut with the 76ers won't affect his financial situation.
Okay, so I didn't know that. I thought he was trying to make money with some TV program I heard about. But he wants a championship.
So while we're off the subject on football, I'm gonna say we've drawn to the conclusion. I know some of you guys didn't care or didn't pay attention, but for those of you guys who did, like me this year, what do you guys overall think of the success of the World Cup this year? What do you guys think? For those of you who actually, this is for the close, who actually paid attention.
Dude, do you
Spain
know what's happening?
really had a
You know what's
sleeper.
happening? You know what's
first?
happening? They're already wanting the World Cup to come back in 3030 to the United States. They're petitioning it to come back again in 3030 at 2030. They already want it to come back.
Wow.
I'll tell you.
And if you look at a lot of these people from like the UK and watch their videos, if you watch a lot of people from outside the United States videos, they said that their country put down the United States, saying that the United States is not a good place to live in. But if you watch, and I've watched a lot of videos now, people from the UK, Brazil, do videos how they were treated in the United States, and they said that what they were told back home was a lie. People lied to them back home. They had, with them experiencing being here in the United States, most of the videos I watched, the people didn't even want to leave. That's how good and how they wanted to stay here after the World Cup.
Oh,
how
yeah.
they were treated.
Well, the English.
You know what I thought was the funniest thing of the World Cup this year? That was so funny to me. The Scottish fans in Boston, where they were drinking so much that they drank the bars almost right out of business. That was
they
the
did.
funniest
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah.
We do got to do a recap here.
I believe.
Okay, I just want to say that.
I believe. Hold on.
if you check out my-
Hold on. Can I, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, did somebody want to say something?
So,
No, yeah. Hey, go ahead, Angel. I'm gonna
I was saying that while Ted was listening to something, Ted looked up something about the games. Somebody saying something about because we had greats before LeBron James, and they didn't say they were king.
No.
What makes this motherfucker think he's the king of the NBA?
Yeah.
Like,
all the
that's my whole gripe.
Nothing. I still say that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. James and everybody else can follow right in line.
I agree with. I'm on board with Mikey. Michael Jordan's go.
Yeah, Wolfie's
Michael Jordan is the only team, even out of, if you remember, even all the championships in NBA Finals, the Boston won after winning 11 in a row. Michael Jordan's teams are the only team that have never went to Game 7. Never. In any of the 6 championships they won, they never went to Game 7.
That's true.
And they never swept anybody. And they never swept nobody.
Right.
All right. So
that is the only team in NBA history that has never went to a Game 7 and has never swept them. Has never swept a team.
True.
All right. So
there's no other team in NBA that can say what the Bulls did in the 90s. Now, if Jordan didn't retire, in my opinion, if Jordan didn't retire because of his dad getting killed, they would have taken over the 90s and won 10 championships in a row.
I agree.
If his dad didn't get killed.
I totally agree. If he didn't step away for baseball for those 2 years, yeah, no question.
All right. So anyway, so D-Man, I have a soccer question for you, bro. So we closed the chapter on World Cup 2026. Now we look to 2027 on the Women's World Cup in Brazil. What do you expect from that?
Man, now see what I've seen with the World Cup. Well, no, was that last year? No, it wasn't actually.
No.
Remember, this is the Women's World Cup.
I have to look into research on that, man, but I don't want to give you a team who I think is going to win.
I'm not asking for that.
Because
what do you overall think?
Well, Brett, I think if you want to know what I say on that, I say the USA women are still the favorites to win it all.
Favorites too. I do think that we got to do live streams. I will do live streams of it like I did this year. I won't show it, but you guys will be able to hear it. I will do that to answer your question because you did ask me that question another time. I will do that.
You know, so let's finish up with some. Let's get back to where we really talk about the football. So I know we're getting close to the end of the stream because we've been on here for 2 hours 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Not like we care about it. So, but the fact of the matter is we're closing in on football on college football season in an entire month, sooner or later about this time, if not later. So you guys want to share any thoughts coming up on the
I have to do a short for Wolfie, guys. We got to do this to recap the soccer. Here it is. Here it comes. How many people in 2026 during the World Cup got kicked in the groin?
Oh my God.
There's no official record of how many players were kicked in the groin during the 2026 World Cup.
Yep, it's not.
Okay.
It's not a.
In 2026 in the World Cup, how many people got kicked in the balls?
The official statistics for the 2026 World Cup won't track groin impacts. There are no records of how many players were kicked in the testicles, although there will be red cards and fouls.
Okay, there we go.
All right,
Wolfie's got a short there.
Now, there's one other sport. There's one other sport that I wanted to talk about before we get off here.
Okay,
it is the women's AUSP league. This league has only been around 2 years. This year was the second year. Utah beat the Chicago Bandits this year. Chicago Bandits won the inaugural year. So what do y'all think about this women's softball league? A professional softball league. There's only 8 teams. I'll have to look up the teams and I'll let y'all know next week. But there's only 8 teams in this women's softball league right now. Mm-hmm. Do you think we could do something on that when they have their season? Because it just ended yesterday.
I'll start. I think because of the fact women's softball doesn't get as recognized as much as Major League Baseball does, for women to actually have a professional softball league, this is a progressive thing. This is very progressive. I think it's really cool. I mean, back then when we had good players like Jenny Finch and all that, she really showed off her case. And everybody who knows women's softball knows Jenny Finch is one of the great legends of women's softball. Because she was
even though she played for my she was, even though she played for my rival school, the U of A Wildcats down in Tucson.
Let's not forget about Monica Abbott.
I don't remember Monica Abbott. I know of Jenny Finch though. But But some of them like that. You're kind of like you're looking at kind of like the Mia Hamm and Michelle Akers of softball. So to make a soccer reference, because Mia Hamm and Michelle Akers put USA and Brandy Chastain, who put the United States women's soccer on the map. I'm just saying this in terms of softball. Jenny Finch is kind of like that. So I think, if they have been able to showcase that with that, if this league had started in that era with Jenny Finch in them, I think it would have exploded. But I don't know. But I think this is a progressive move for softball, for women's softball. I think, hopefully down the line, I hope to see it televised so we can actually watch some decent softball games. Because when was the last time anybody said
it is televised? It is televised.
Yeah, the women's softball is televised, Brett.
Yeah, but I'm just saying though, when was the last time you ever saw people sitting around the water cooler, figuratively speaking, saying, "Oh, dude, did you see that softball game the other day? That was an awesome game." It's like how we talk football.
You got to remember though, too, Brett. Brett, you got to remember this is only its second year of being in existence. This is only second season.
It's still fledgling.
As soon as you get it like 5-10 years down the road, I can guarantee you, people are gonna be at work or they're gonna be in school talking about this women's league, or the high schoolers are gonna have more of a softball sport, so women coming out of high school going into college can be in softball. I guarantee you, in the next 5 to 10 years, it's gonna happen that way. If it's not already happening.
For the young women in high school, you bring up high school, D-Man. That's actually a good point. I mean, look at all the raw talent in a lot of high school softball that the women are. A lot of high schools are putting out.
It gives them an opportunity. It gives them an opportunity to get scholarships. It gives them an opportunity to say, "Look, this is a good college school for softball. I want to go to this college. Then coming out of this college, I want to go to this professional team."
I think if the softball league is going to fledge, what I would do is kind of have like a prospect kind of a draft, like what they do with Major League Baseball. Take some of the prospects from the high school and draft them to a team. But if they want to play college, they can, but still be represented by their team. And then, of course, when they're ready, bring them up into the softball league. I think that if they have a prospect thing like that, a prospect draft like that for the softball league, I think it will succeed. I think because you're looking at all these young, raw high school talents, and you're looking at some of these college talents in women's softball. I think if you implement a prospect draft and the prospect showcase games like what they do in Major League Baseball, I think the women's softball league could be a really big success.
Yeah, and I like the fact that the teams like I said, like my school ASU, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, UCLA, all of these women's softball teams in college with some of their players which have such skills. I mean, just amazing. And that can only enhance the women's national softball teams that are out there. They could even add more.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Like I said, though, I'm pretty sure, Mike, that's what's going to happen because they only have 8 right now. Mm-hmm. They only have 8 teams. So, and they only play 2. No, it's best out of 3 in the playoff. There's a best out of 3 format.
Best out of 3. Right.
As of right now, that I've seen right now, it's the best out of 3. And then it's the best out of 3 in the championship.
Guys, Triple C made a really good point. She said, you got to remember back in the day when the men went to the war before the women joined the military, they started the women's baseball and softball teams back in the day. She does make a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the origin of women's softball, if you ask me, because
origin, but you guys got to remember though, it disappeared, and it just fell off the map from back then until I can say recently, because it's only been out 2 years.
I think it's only been out 2 years now. I think the National Softball League for women, like Major League Baseball, is going to come forward with a vengeance. I think they're going to do well.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I said 5 and 10 years down the road. Give it 5 to 10 years. Let's see where it's at in 5 to 10 years. Is it like Major League Baseball? Is it not like Major League Baseball? Is it going to be like the XFL was when the XFL first came out? It flopped.
That's like
Now
asking.
the XFL is merged with the American
USFL
Football
to make
League.
the UFL.
Now it's the UFL. Now it's the UFL, United Football League, that fucking The Rock owns half of.
Uh-huh.
If it wasn't for The Rock putting his money into that league, that league would have flopped again this year. Last year, it would have flopped again last year.
But I gotta be honest with you, D-Man. I would watch an indoor football league game first before I'd even watch Rock's league.
Anyway,
But,
so I have.
I would even pick because I live here in Canada now. I would even pick a Canadian football league game over
Canadian
any
football
of Rock's
is very
games
interesting, I will
there.
not lie
So
about
just saying.
So I have a question to you guys.
Interesting.
So I have a question about you guys. Speaking of the of these sports, we're talking about baseball and softball and everything.
Yeah.
Do you guys see in the near distant future? Do you see a woman ever breaking the gender barrier and going into Major League Baseball?
No.
No. Kind of already.
What do you
I
think?
say yes. I
just
say
watched
yes.
the video. If she's a pitcher, no. I just watched this dude get hit right here in the head, bro, and it knocked him out for 3 minutes, man. If a woman gets up there and gets a velo ball that's 114 miles an hour coming off that bat, hitting her in the face, that will break a jaw or break bones in a woman. You got to remember, women bones are not like us men's bones.
I think these sports at professional levels all need to be gender, specific. It cannot be mixed. It just can't. I don't think it's fair.
But I'm saying that there is I'm sure there's a strong enough woman out there. I mean, look, they broke the gender by having a lady play on a professional NHL hockey team. Okay, they had that. That has already happened. So
yeah, I'm just saying it should have never happened.
There is no reason. I'm just saying there is no reason why you can't have a woman play a professional baseball game if they're muscular enough, tight enough, and they can play it. If they can play the game.
But think about it. If they had a women's league, would you let the man go over there and play? No, you wouldn't. So to me, it's not fair. I think gender should be a specific sport with no mix.
Leave the gender stuff out of it because that could cause too much debate.
Now,
I know. I'm just saying.
Now there is.
I think it's an open debate, Teddy, but I agree with some of your points, though.
Now, here is one of the most valid arguments that you can make with baseball. Okay. They have the equipment now where they have the face guards and everything. So technically you can get around that loophole of women's bones being softer and actually try to do a mixed gender, but I don't know.
Well, Wolf,
but that would have to be a whole new. But that would have to be a whole new league. That would have to be a whole new league.
Okay,
a mixed gender league.
Yeah.
Now, hold on, D-Man. Let me ask you this: what if the woman who wanted to play on a professional baseball team in the MLB, what if she was a catcher with all that protective equipment and all that stuff around her? Could she play a catcher in the league? She wouldn't even necessarily.
The catcher in the league. But, yeah, and that's another issue I have. Is your arm going to be strong enough to throw it 90 feet? 90 feet. You got to remember.
Strong enough to throw
Professional women's leagues are only 60 feet from home plate. There's 30. What is it from pitcher's mound to home plate on the men? It's half of that.
Yeah.
So if you don't got your arm is not strong enough as a catcher, I don't see you being on that field as a catcher either.
Okay.
Because your arm is not strong enough to throw it from home plate to second base.
Not trying to add to the argument here, but have you ever tried to throw a softball, D-Man?
Yes, I have. I was on the softball league.
It's way more harder to throw a softball long distance than it is baseball.
It's true. It's true. Yeah,
I played 12-inch softball. I was on the league. Yeah, I know how hard it is.
And then here's the other thing. I mean, I'm not against it, but at the same time, the argument I can say is, what woman can handle a four-seam fastball that's over 110 miles per hour?
In her catcher's
and hit it.
And hit it, yeah.
In the catcher's mitt, or even hit it 100. There was a guy that threw 108.5 101 miles an hour in the Major League Baseball. 108.
Because you know that. Cause
No.
of all,
It wasn't Aroldis Chapman. It wasn't. He was on. I think. I'm gonna have to look the team up, but I'll tell you guys next week when I look up. I'll tell you later, Brett.
Though,
I thought it was
is that
a
because of all the various fastball pitches you have.
107 miles an hour.
Oh, shut up, Ted! I read that comment.
Which one?
Oh,
He said girls in baseball can hide baseballs in their tops in the middle. That's an unfair advantage of having 3 boobs or a baseball storage area.
What?
The hell, Ted? Shut up, man. But no, but for an argument though, but of all the fastball pitches in baseball, the 4-seam is the most fast. Because, but I'm just saying though, it's like, but what if a woman who's up there? What if? But I mean, and who was it that said about the women's structure and everything? I think it was you, D-Man, right? About the women's body structure. I mean, if a man can handle being beamed by 114 or so mile 4-seam fastball.
Have more cushion on their body than we do, because a lot of them are bigger than most men.
I mean, women can
in
be
certain places.
But if a woman gets beamed by a 110 4-seam fastball, I mean, she'll go down just like that.
Even if she's wearing a helmet, right? If she gets hit on any other body part.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know women are tough. No offense to my friend Triple C in the chat, but
that's another thing about baseball and women that I'm against, because if they want to have kids, if these people want to eventually have kids, and you hit a woman in the breast or anything like that stops them from producing milk, you know what I'm saying? That could stop a woman from producing milk if they ever want to have kids in the future.
He's got a point. But anyway, those are
the issues I have with women being in a man's sport, in a man's baseball. Anyway.
I'm sorry, guys, if I ever brought that question up. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Brett. It's okay.
All right. So anyway, so of course, one of the women's things that we're seeing lately, evolution, is women getting into football. I
really have an issue with that. I really do.
But I don't want to go more into the women's debate about that. So I know you have an issue.
They have a women's flag. They have a women's flag football league.
So
they have a women's football league. Period. They have a women's football league. Period. Pads and all.
Yeah, but flag football is one thing, but then
contact football is another.
Yeah, but if women are in the NFL, all those guys are going to be tackling by the breast.
Look at the LFL. Look at the lingerie football league. Still exists with women contact sport. That's a women's contact sport. The LFL. It's still around.
Yeah.
And it's been around for at least 5-10 years.
Honestly, I am not a fan of the LFL, to be quite honest. I'm not a fan. I think it's not taking the women's athletic abilities and seeing them for their athletic talent seriously. It's just eye candy bullshit.
Okay, I'm gonna throw yellow flag and call timeout here, because I'm gonna say one thing and one thing only. When I was in middle school, okay, we had a girl on our football team. She knocked me on my ass more than 5 times.
Damn.
So don't say everybody can't handle it, because some women can.
Oh yeah, some women can.
Yeah.
If a woman is strong enough to knock a big guy like Wolf on his ass, no offense for making the fat joke, Wolfie.
No, I'm just trying to think about equality. If men can't participate in women's sports, why should women be allowed to participate in man's sports? That's all I was saying. That's it. I'm just trying to keep it.
You guys got to remember them too. Hold on. Women wanted to be created equal to us men.
Yeah. But I'm just going to say, if a woman can take it, and if a woman can knock Wolfie on his ass so bad that it causes an earthquake, so what's not to say a woman can do that in football for real?
Because see, then the men are going to want to participate in a women's sport. See, that's what it's going to lead to. Because that's what's going to happen. People are like, you let it go that way. See, that's what's going to happen.
That's why rules are made. No, I don't see that happening.
Anyway, Wolfie,
because that's what's going to happen. You're going to have Bean joining up, trying to join a female league.
Okay, let's not mention names, Ted. Let's not mention names.
Yeah.
All right. So, Wolfie, I know we're close to the 2.5 hour mark. Got a couple minutes to sneak in a couple trivia questions for the chat.
Yeah, let's go ahead and throw in a couple for them. We've been having a good crowd all night, so why not? Let's throw in a couple questions.
So, since I'm not going to be reading anymore, I'm just going to pass it. I'm going to play in the guessing game this time. So, Wolf, if you want to take over asking the trivia questions, you can.
All right, let me see if I can get a few good ones here.
Make sure they're football questions because I want them to be.
Yeah, maybe I'll throw in the bonus laugh for Wolfie to do another short. Okay, and what was it going to be? It was going to be football. Here we go. You guys are going to love this
I
one.
thought my roast would make it. Some of my roast would make a good football.
Is it true more NFL centers go gay because of the quarterback grabbing them by the butt all the time?
Oh, God, Ted.
Oh, my God.
There's no connection between playing center in the NFL and someone's sexual orientation.
Okay, we just had to clear that up.
Are you talking to Siri or?
This is a ritual.
Yeah, that's Google. That's what we call Google definitions, Mikey.
Oh, my Lord.
This is a ritual for Ted on the panel.
Yeah, we do this all the time. Wolfie does it as shorts, and Wolfie gets thousands of views on those shorts.
Wow.
That's why
Okay.
I was trying to throw my own.
All right, well, go with your first trivia question.
So, when was the first bowl game played?
Ooh.
College
football game?
Yeah, like the bowl games at the end of the year, bowl game.
1898 or something. That's what I'll say.
I was gonna say 1896.
Any other guesses?
It was
I was
Yale
close,
versus
Captain.
Harvard.
I was close. I know what it is.
I'm going to say 1904.
Yeah, that's not a bad guess.
I know the answer.
Close.
It might be 1902, I think.
January 1st, 1902.
Yeah, I knew it was somewhere.
Correct.
It was
1902. Michigan Wolverines and the Stanford Cardinals.
Okay,
Oh, these are Stanford. Okay.
Yeah,
And that was a Rose Bowl, wasn't it?
By the way,
remember
sorry to interrupt, but somebody's
we
got an echo.
looked it up months ago.
Yeah. Somebody's echoing.
Yeah, somebody's got an echo.
Echo.
We gotta hear myself talking.
I wonder if it's me.
No, it probably was me because somebody's trying to call me right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, I declined the call.
And Wolf, was that the Rose Bowl between Michigan and Stanford?
It was the Rose Bowl, yes.
Good.
Nice.
Good answer, Mikey. All right,
Thanks.
well, hit us with the next question.
All right. Now.
The score was 49-0 on that game.
Was
Really?
it for NFL?
Michigan spanked them 49-0?
49-0. Yes, sir.
49-0 in that game. Wow.
49-0.
Damn.
Wow.
All right.
Poor Stanford.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Not yet.
Wolverines use their claws to chop down a tree. And that's one thing I can roast. I don't understand why Stanford picked a tree to be their mascot. Are they trying? What's next? You put them over an open fire, go chestnuts roasting on an open
Well,
fire.
yeah, Stanford Cardinal. Isn't Cardinal a bird? I mean, just pick the damn bird.
No, Stanford actually picked
They
a tree to be
can't.
their mascot.
No, they can't because Louisville is the Louisville Cardinals, and you can't choose a Stanford Cardinal. They had to go with their tree.
Okay, now here's y'all a trick question because this one I like to ask because it actually involves something a little bit personal for me. So when was the first ever actual national championship game played?
Oh, I would think that was in the 30s.
That's a good.
I think that was in the 30s, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 1933.
Nope.
I'm going to say 1930.
No, think about it. Prior to the what you would call the BCS era, whoever was at the top was just national championship. There wasn't a national championship game.
Right.
Prior to the BCS.
That's whoever had the best record, right?
So the first ever national championship game that was played was Tennessee versus Florida State in 1999. That was on my birthday, January 4th.
I would have never gotten that.
Oh, that was the first BCS game.
That was the first actual national championship game played.
Wow.
Yeah, BCS. That's right. Remember all that?
Yeah.
All right.
And who won that game? Tennessee, right?
Tennessee did, 23-19.
I believe if memory serves me right, I believe Peyton Manning was the quarterback, if I remember correctly.
I believe you're right, for Tennessee, wasn't he?
Yeah, Manning went to Tennessee.
Yeah, so it was Peyton Manning who was your
No,
quarterback.
it was 1999, right?
1999? No.
1999, right?
1999. No, it wasn't Peyton Manning.
I thought he graduated already. He was already in the NFL.
Somebody else who...
It was whoever came after Manning, I think.
Got drafted by the Colts in '98. Remember?
Yeah, exactly. So it was the guy after Manning.
It wasn't his brother.
I said T. Martin.
T. Martin? Oh, T. Martin? Okay.
Yep. I think Wolfie.
T. Martin. Okay, all right.
Wolfie, I think you might have to redo your audio because I know D-Man dropped.
Yeah, that screws up the audio. That's why when I got kicked out for plugging in, I was pissed because I knew it messed up Wolfie.
Okay, I have a trivia question for you guys. You probably know this.
He played for the Tennessee Volunteers quarterback.
Who won the first World Cup in 1930?
Yeah, T. Martin.
That would be Brazil.
Yeah, there we go. Now we know it's T. Martin, so he was right after Manning.
Okay, so who won the 1930 World Cup? The first
Mikey, I believe that was Brazil.
No.
Probably somebody like Hungary or something like that.
Argentina. It's Argentina. I remember it was Argentina.
In 1930? No, I thought it was Uruguay that won it.
Oh, yeah, Uruguay. Yeah, I was wrong.
Uruguay.
You got
I was going to say it's one of those other weird countries.
Hey, Google, who won the 1930 Men's World Cup final? Did it hear me? Teddy, did it hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, I mean, did your thing hear me?
Oh, no, I did. Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, just say who won the FIFA World Cup in 1930?
Who won the 1930 FIFA Men's World Cup?
Men's World Cup.
1930, right? Okay.
1930.
Who won the 1930 World Cup soccer?
It was Uruguay. I just looked it up.
Yeah, Uruguay.
It was Uruguay.
4-2, they beat Argentina.
1930, beating Argentina 4-2 in the final, which took place on July 5th, 1930, at the Estadio Centenario in Montevideo.
Nice.
All right, let's
Good job, guys. Uruguay. Uruguay. Yeah. And that's weird because that was the only one they've ever won. That's the only.
Do you get a red card if you intentionally kick somebody in the groin?
Yes, you can get a red card.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, intentionally kicking someone in the groin results in a direct red card in soccer.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
I even know that. By the way, Wolf, you got your audio back.
Yeah,
Wolfie's
D-Man
missing
dropped
all
off,
these
so I
shorts.
had to come back up.
Yeah, you're missing all these good shorts.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and end this. We've been on for over 2.5 hours, so.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming into the chat tonight for the Pick'em Show. You have been listening to the Football Pick'em Show, brought to you by Wolfie sponsor Dubby. Please make sure to like if you haven't done so on your way out. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so, and please share this with your friends and on social media for the views for Wolfie has. For D-Man, Teddy, Jeff, Angel, Mikey, and Wolf, this is Brunalt saying good night and goodbye.
All right, guys, just a heads up. 2 weeks, and we'll be starting our weekly Pick'em shows in 2 weeks' time. So we'll see you in 2 weeks, and the Wolf is ow.
Have a good night, everybody.
Here.
Yeah, Mike is